Welcome, everyone, to a last-minute session before Thanksgiving break. I wanted to play one more time before break, and then because, you all agreed to it, so sucks to be you guys.
Are you iced tea lemons?
Okay. Sorry. So, a little warning. I did write this session and the statement in one day, and recorded it today. So if things seem a little janky, that's why. But I think everything should be more or less okay.
Everybody clap for Pine.
Yay, I'm holding a drink. Thank you.
I'm holding a drink. I can't really clap. Thank you.
I'm holding my dice.
Yay! Alrighty. So, last we left off, that was quite a doozy, and only a few days ago nonetheless.
It's still fresh.
It's still fresh in your mind.
In my nightmares.
You guys went to Ireland to investigate this church and this pastor named Amaya, who you found out was actually running a cult for some dark entity. What you find out a little bit more is that everything's more religious. There's different factions almost, and different people seem to worship different versions of it. But you don't know how many. Well, at this, yeah, no metagaming.
I wonder.
No metagaming. After hunting down and talking to Miss Amaya, that was the pastor, she revealed that not only does she know Marjan and they had worked together, it also turns out that Amaya had planned to kill you guys for not joining her cult. In retaliation, you guys killed 2 8-year-olds and a 16-year-old. By accident.
In our defense,
It was
they
self-defense.
stabbed us first.
They did.
All 3 of them.
Legit.
So,
In my defense, I was not aiming to kill.
yeah, so we learned a few things. Firstly, my combat needs to be worked out a little bit. If you don't want to do a lethal attack, say non-lethal so I know, otherwise I'm just going to assume you're going to try to murder someone.
And flashlights do a lot of damage.
Flashlights do a lot of damage, apparently.
The same amount as a gun.
Apparently.
But more effective because they're at close range.
After the battle, Marjan was sucked into a pool of dark, still, freezing cold water. And after they were saved, they fell into a hypothermic coma for 2 weeks.
At least it wasn't 2 months.
While everyone was doing this, Riku was out fishing. He just went fishing. It has been...
Priorities.
Bro has his priorities. It has been 2 weeks since your endeavor. The local cops have taken care of the situation. And some strings were in fact pulled to get Marjan to the hospital in London. You guys aren't really sure who pulled the strings, but I'm pretty sure you can figure it out.
Gee, I wonder.
During the 2 weeks, this is what happened. First, let's start with Lenore. Lenore, you did kill those children. So what were you doing in those 2 weeks? You were offered mental health leave. Did you take it or not? And what did you do?
Lenore, trying to kind of comprehend everything and figure out herself and what it means to be her and what the things that she has done, try to rationalize them, did not in fact take the time off and
Who knew?
kind of just threw herself into the work, not really getting anywhere without the others to bounce ideas off of, but trying her best, just kind of sticking to herself in her own research, visiting the hospital pretty often to see Marjan, but other than that, kind of avoiding a lot of interaction with other people, just kind of trying to figure things out for herself and getting pretty much nowhere.
I'm sorry that happened.
Are you?
Not really. Jenny! You were also offered the 2 weeks mental leave. Basira was the one who kind of pushed you for it. What did you do? Did you use it?
I used it to stay at the hospital.
Ah, okay.
I think we already said this in the Discord. I think Jenny would have stayed in the hospital room, staying awake on coffee and reading books from probably the local library or something, whatever she could get her hands on. I don't know. She just knows that Marjan likes reading.
That's so sweet. That's so cute. Okay.
So
I'm saying she read The Little Prince to Marjan because I think that would be perfect.
probably, yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself. Thanks, guys.
Riku, in those 2 weeks, what did you do?
Actually, if I could say something, I heard none of what just happened.
Lenore, Lemon and Jenny.
That's
Lemon
not my-
and Alisa, switch spots, please.
Okay, no, I heard Lenore. I heard nothing of Jenny.
Yeah, so I'm
I
like,
don't
switch
know if I can
spots.
get audio from there. there.
Like, you go over there, because they might be able to hear Lemon a little.
Yeah, because you're closer. Let me move your chair a little closer too.
I know you won't be able to see us as well, but
Goodbye.
I'm gonna have to move all this stuff.
That's okay, I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Just because Lemon's a little quieter than you, Alyssa.
I can project my
You
voice.
can, and Lemon cannot, apparently.
Oh, be nice.
Well, be nice.
Rude.
I didn't want to interrupt you guys, but I also only saw your mouth moving, so I didn't know when I should.
It's okay.
You're fine. Basically what Lemon said is that Jenny spent the 2 weeks of the mental health leave to read to Marjan in the hospital.
Okay, awesome.
Alright, in those 2 weeks, what did you do? Obviously you were told about what happened. What did you do in those 2 weeks?
I don't think Riku did much, honestly. He was not really there. He went fishing on the fateful day. He probably went fishing for a week of it, and the other week he kind of just chilled around with nothing much to do.
Oh.
He's pretty unaffected. I don't think he has a reason to be affected right now.
He
Damn.
doesn't really know them that well.
He's actually celebrating.
Yeah, I was the one who did the knife thing.
True, you are correct.
I mean, like, on Marjan's behalf, he doesn't really like her that much either, so it's like, he wouldn't go out of her way to go see her. She stabbed him.
That is fair.
Fair enough.
My guy was celebrating.
Marjan,
That's me.
you do remember something.
I do.
I did send it to you, so would you like to share with the class, or would you like me to do it?
What exactly was I supposed to share? What did I remember? Question mark.
I sent it to you in the
Yeah, I know, but what part of it?
all of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I need to refresh myself. I heard
It came to you in a memory, and it
came to me in a memory. Sorry.
The memory called Discord.
Discord, whatever did you do?
That's not
Fine,
even
I
hilarious.
will throw you off the balcony.
Sorry, I feel like I read this like 2 days ago and it just did not compute. Right, okay, so.
Oh my
Wait, hold
god,
on.
that's like 3 paragraphs.
It's not
See,
a lot.
read the first paragraph, and then you'll read the second one when like you're awake.
Okay, right. So what I remembered, I was invited to a group and they were offering me a scholarship to help me research about space. I took the scholarship and I met a young girl named Amaya. I told them what I knew about space and helped them with a project called the Dark Sun. I found out they were going to use it for the end of the world, which we don't want that. I abandoned the project, but when I sent my leave, I abandoned the project, but when I was sent to leave, I remember entering a dark room, and then the next day I was back in my dorm room like nothing happened.
So that's basically what you remembered.
That's all
They
I
don't know
remember.
that you know that, but you know.
I know.
So now we are now at the end of the 2 weeks, and it has been 2 days since you woke up. So you've been not up and about, but you've been awake. You've been talking.
I'm lucid.
Riku's been visiting at the hospital begrudgingly. Jenny's been there. Lenore's been in and out from work.
That's your dice. Sorry.
Um,
Wait, can we do the roll dice?
Oh
roll
yes,
thing?
let's roll to see
yeah.
how this will go.
I mean, we rolled last time and it really didn't add up.
Let me put this.
19 as compared to the, one that I rolled last
I
time?
got a 5.
Oh, I got a 12.
Riku, what did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay, please, I'm gonna let you guys know that nothing bad should happen to you two.
I think Lenore's gonna die, guys. Lenore's gonna get taken by something.
The
I think
mysterious.
Riku is gonna do slightly better than Lenore.
I rolled the last session and all I got was some mental trauma.
We all got mental trauma.
That's kind of on par with the force, I fear.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go back on track.
Yeah. Okay. My bad.
It's the second day since you've been awake. Riku, you come in for your maybe the weekly visit. You know you're gonna start the investigation soon. But when you enter the hospital, you realize something. Another person who you're kind of getting to know was almost ripped away from you without say. And once again, you were not there to prevent it. You could have helped. You are in fact the protector and the muscle of this group. So why weren't you there to protect Marjan? That's your only reason for being in this group. That's the only reason you're wanted. So why didn't you help?
Oh. I guess he's just, or I guess I'm just keeping people at a distance because I'm worried of that fact, of that I'm not going to be able to be there to protect them. So if I keep people at distance, it puts more of a barrier between my responsibility to do that, even if it is like contractually my responsibility. It doesn't have the same burden of emotional weight like I experienced.
I see.
Oh dear.
All right. Bring out the notebook.
Oh god.
Oh,
Just like
analyze.
Oh no.
Marjan, one more thing before the game starts. Yes. Before the action starts.
Mhm.
You know the X on your hand. When you woke
I
up,
forgot about that.
the scar on your hand. It is no longer a kind of fleshy color X on your hand. It is now shifted. In fact, it looks almost like a star.
Well, that's not good.
With that, the tissue has turned into like a pale white. It almost shimmers.
Oh dear.
Being marked literally.
Oh good. Oh good god.
There you go.
Oh good
All
god.
right, so let's
I
start.
think that was 1 mark or 2.
By the way, that 2 paranormal stress. Thank you for
Oh.
reminding me.
God damn it. You haven't even started.
I have it written in my notes plus 2 para stress, and I completely.
Thanks.
Rough.
See, this is one of those cases of I happened to mention after last session that Lenore doesn't have a lot of stress,
Deep.
so immediately Pine was like, add 2 more stress. Just add it. Do I lose any stress over the 2 weeks?
Fuck no. Baloney, you do
But,
not
but,
lose.
but I get my pools back, right?
Yes.
Wait, so I start with the same amount of stress as
Yes.
okay.
So you should have what, 6 now?
I have 4 regular stress and 3 paranormal stress.
Okay.
So that's 2 points.
Okay.
Wait,
So.
okay, now I have more stress. Wow.
Oh, we need to fix this. Don't worry, we got it. All right. There's a knock at the door, and the doctor comes in. Ah, you're Miss. Fuck. What did I say your last name was? Astarin. Ah, Mrs. Starin. Your friends are here. It's nice to see all of you guys in one room. I know it's been a bit difficult these last 2 weeks, but I mean you get to go home today. I mean your papers look good, your test looks good, and we're actually working on your discharge papers now. Do you have any questions for me?
Not
Or
especially.
any of you have any questions for me? The doctor?
Not especially.
Dr. David? Just kidding, he didn't say that.
Okay.
Should we like take any precautions in general, like easy on like physical activity
Maybe no swimming for a
or
I definitely wouldn't go swimming for a while.
yeah, any long-term problems potential?
Well,
anything?
That's the peculiar thing. Normally when we see comatose patients, they're usually kind of weak for the first couple of days and they can't do a lot. But I mean, the tests say that Astarin is fine. So I'd say be easy on the physical stuff, like don't run really if you can help it. No heavy lifting for a few days. Take it easy. You should be fine. You're what, a student?
Yes.
Your files should be coming up, so maybe just take your time studying.
I think I actually might have missed those.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that.
It's okay. I was informed.
But just take it easy. He goes to leave.
Right.
So you guys talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes.
So how are you feeling today?
Surprisingly not that bad.
It is surprising.
I feel like someone who's just been in a coma should be a lot more weak right now. But the doctor's right. I feel strangely fine.
Well, I mean, I guess that means the medicine's working, so.
That's good.
That's good. That's good.
How's your scar?
Not gonna lie, guys. Does this look normal to you?
Definitely normal.
That's fair.
You did get pulled into like a pool of dark water in the middle of a church.
That's a sentence no people really should say. So, that's true.
That is true.
Should we ask someone about this? This is kind of worrying me. I know it probably would have come up in test if it was physically harming me in some way, but I don't think this is how scars work, and I have not taken a lot of biology classes.
I'd ask the doctor.
Did he say
You already
anything?
left.
He already.
Well, he's coming back to discharge you.
Oh.
That's my suggestion.
Should have asked when he asked for questions. Damn it.
There's a knock at the door and a young nurse steps in. Hi, this is Astarin's room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have a visitor.
I have a visitor.
Are you okay to see him?
Okay.
If it's Stevie,
Fucking Stevie. She steps out, she leaves the door open, and Jonathan walks on in.
This prick. I didn't say it on camera. That was
Lenore, however, did.
He's holding a small basket of muffins that are like kind of wrapped around with plastic with like a little bow on top.
Aww.
He's wearing an oversized blue sweater. His hair is brushed. He still looks tired, but he looks a little more refreshed. Hi, sorry. I heard you were still in the hospital and I needed to talk to you. I didn't know when you'd be back in the institute. I'm assuming not for a while. but I thought, I mean, it's important enough for me to come see you. That was weird knocking.
Is someone knocking?
He looks around like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Hey, has the door always been there?
No. Oh no. Right.
It's also, I know it's customary to bring a gift, and I don't know what you like, so I brought muffins.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
You notice his arm is kind of like limped down a little bit while he's holding up the basket.
Are you okay?
See, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. He walks over and he places the muffins on the table and kind of shuts the door and sits on like a little visitor couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I want to come if it isn't important, and I first want to apologize. I was being rude, and a lot of the things I said weren't helpful. I know you guys are just trying to do your jobs. After what happened, I seem to have lost my mind, and I have been told quite often that I have lost my mind. So, firstly, I'm sorry.
Accepted?
Accepted.
With that in mind, someone came in. Her name was Helen Richardson, and she gave a statement about a door. To sum it up, she was showing a house, and she saw this strange door, yellow with a black matte handle. She went in and was extremely lost. It was quite crazy. She tried drawing me a map, and it did not make sense, but I believed her. So I thought she could possibly help. I remember Pine saying she knew a Richardson, so I asked her if she knew who you're looking for. She did. In fact, she was the one who gave Pine her flat when she first moved to London 5 years ago. Her and her niece, I forget what she said, but they were close friends. And I saw, I'm assuming her niece, go into her Pine's flat the other day when I was driving by. Don't ask me why I was driving by, I just was. He's very defensive about that.
Okay.
So some things don't change.
Excuse me, he holds his tongue.
Right.
You're making steps in the right direction.
Thank
That's all
you.
we want to. That's all we want to hear.
After we said our goodbyes, and I was going to keep in contact with her, the door she was talking about appeared. And out stepped this, and I know I might sound crazy, but I promise you,
We've seen crazy. Go on.
I don't know how to describe it. Tall man with...
Yeah, I have a feeling I might, I'm getting such a clear picture of what you're describing. To everyone who doesn't know,
Yeah.
right behind Pine there is a print on the wall of a certain non-Euclidean individual.
You want to hear the story or not?
Hold on. I'm taking a picture of this for Ember. Hold on. This is really funny.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Oh my gosh.
This is good. This is good. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh,
Keep
wait,
going.
Also,
What's
I
up?
was gonna ask, can you turn the mic sensitivity up? I think that might be the issue.
That might be
I
it.
hear you guys really well when you're talking a little louder, but when it's normal dialogue, you cut out. So I think if you turn the mic sensitivity
You
up,
okay?
I'll be able to hear everything.
Okay, you're gonna look at my face for a second while I do this.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Owie, that hurt.
I just saw what you said in the break room.
Where was in the break?
Like, fine, you talk really loud, so I'm able to hear you, but everyone else talks conversationally, so I'm, like, struggling.
I'm taking notes most of the time. Otherwise, I'd be talking more.
That seems like a Jenny thing to do.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is it down or up that is the sensitivity?
It's down.
Oh yeah, it's like opposite.
Yeah, because it's just less sensitive.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How's it sound?
Can you hear us?
I think so, yes. I'll let you know if I want you to make it more sensitive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Woohoo. Anyways,
My eye just started burning out of nowhere. Apologies. It just does that sometimes.
apologies.
Anyways, that was my guess, since I could still hear you guys when you spoke loud, so I was like, okay, let's just make it more sensitive and I'll actually hear better.
Gotcha.
That's good. That's
Oh, you can see the whole crew now.
Oh
Yay!
Anyway,
I need to
mysterious
get a
voice of
webcam
the
or
GM.
something for me, but it's just me sitting at my desk.
It's okay. You're probably so cool.
Anyways, and he had said a few things. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what he said. It was a lot. AKA, I didn't look at the transcript. And to prove his point, He takes the sweater sleeve and he rolls up to see a bandage. It's still thick with his blood. He stabbed me. It stabbed me.
Ooh.
Now, the story I'm going with is I was stabbed by a bread knife. I'm sure it's similar to the story you're telling the Institute where you just fell off a fishing boat with Riku. At least that's what's being told.
Is that what they're telling people?
Yes.
I may have had something to do with it.
You think this is funny? Riku, are you gonna say anything about this?
Look,
I didn't have any part in this at all.
it was. I can only assume Lenore would have had
Yep.
something to do with this.
It was.
Alright.
We have discussed. She kind of like looks around. We discussed kind of keeping on the down low who does or does not know about it. But people were asking, oh hey, why are the people who've been tagging along behind you for the past several weeks suddenly not there?
So the first thing you told him is that I got on an accident on a fishing trip?
I didn't say it was a fishing trip. I think they inferred the fishing trip. I did say it was an accidental knife that you would find in the kitchen.
What? Where'd the knife come from?
Well, because I also got stabbed a few times, so I had to say something.
Okay. As long as they don't know.
Plus, I mean,
Fine.
it happens, alright?
I can lose my dignity for a week. That's fine.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So, yes. I thought it was important because I knew Miss Richardson had ties with Miss Pine. I don't know how to contact her niece.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Richardson has not been seen since. She went into that door and has not been seen. I can't get in contact with her. I did have her phone number. I tried calling her office. Nothing.
Have you filed a missing persons case?
I actually just came back from that. But according to the police, I can't do much since I'm technically not friend or family, really. We just kind of had an acquaintancy.
I see.
Not even that. I also came to give you this. He digs in his pocket and he pulls out a cassette tape. This was found on my desk.
Have you listened to it?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I figured I was messing with your guys' case, this whole missing persons case, too much by not helping. So I thought maybe I could help a little more if I just was a little more helpful and
That's-
giving you information you need without fighting you in anything I find.
That's surprisingly kind of you. Thank
That's
you.
a big improvement, Mr. Sims.
Don't tell anyone I did this. I still need to keep my composure with the others. I don't fully believe that any of them are truly innocent because I also found something in the archives.
But you
Found
believe
something
we're
in the
innocent?
archives?
I did. What'd you say?
You believe we're innocent, though, because you're trusting us with this information.
I mean, I suppose you're not. You didn't come into my archives wielding a knife trying to stab me. You
And
guys did come
Martin
in.
and Tim have?
Yes.
What?
It's a long story. They
What
weren't
was the
serious,
intervention
but
like?
See, when I say that it's common to get stabbed in Magnus Institute, this is what I mean.
it's a long story, and I don't have the time. I'm running out of time for my lunch break, but basically, they're just suspicious. All of a sudden, Tim has a profitable job somewhere else, and all of a sudden he's in the institute after 5 years of climbing up the
You
corporate
just have
ladder.
trust issues. Sorry. Please go.
And Martin, he's a little bit of a trickier story.
Right.
Trickier?
Do you want to hear what I found in the archives or not?
Of course, go ahead.
Sorry, yes.
When the attack first happened, we had found tunnels under the archives. After I might have explored a little bit of it, but I got scared and ran away. It was very scary. Yeah. I think something's down there. Sometimes I'll hear noises, or sometimes when I decide to poke around at night, I see things left there that haven't been there before. Food wrappers, cans, the occasional pencil. Something's down there. Elias doesn't know that I've been down there. In fact, he doesn't want me down there. I would wait a few more days to maybe check out that along with Pine Splat, but those are the two biggest things I think should be your attention at some point. Not now, of course.
Do you think that the tunnels may have something to do with the thing that showed up through the door?
Excuse me. I don't think so. Why use the tunnels when they can just use the door straight into the archives?
But where does it live when it's not in the archives?
That's a good question. I don't think I really thought about that.
Do you think the food wrappers are from Pine? You think Pine that's how she's been getting into your institute to leave cassettes? Is through the tunnels?
Maybe. I don't really remember. I didn't really see what brand they were. I don't know the kinds of sweets she likes anyways.
I don't really know if the cassettes are being left through maybe the tunnels, because we've had instances where, well, one was just, they came out of the water with Marjan, but
And one was in your
one
car.
was in my car.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
And
really.
then somewhere were on my office desk, I think.
So
You think they have like a mind of their own or something?
it feels like it. Yeah.
Cassettes, but
That's weird.
Yeah, that would be strange.
Would be very strange.
Peculiar.
Peculiar even.
what do you think, John?
Something is weird about the tapes. Some of the statements don't even record digitally, they only record on the tape recorder. So, I mean, if they're weird, then I guess that's something, but I mean, the tape recorder hasn't failed me yet.
I guess so.
Have you ever thought about bringing someone with you to the tunnels when
No.
you go exploring?
I'm technically not allowed to be down there, and I may not trust my assistants, but I'm not going to lose them down there.
Next time you go down, why don't you take us with you?
That's a smart idea.
I mean, we have some experience with everything that's happening, and we're not directly involved with whatever is happening in the archives, so we're probably not under suspicion for you.
That's
But traveling in a group, probably safer. We have flashlights.
yes. Next time I plan to go down there, I will tell you guys. You know, Miss Siren, you're a lot smarter than Pine let on.
I'm somehow not surprised.
Are you
I-
really gonna take that?
Not my issue at the moment.
Well, as much as I'd love to stay and help, I do have to get back to the archives. My lunch break is almost over, and Martin will. I'm pretty sure he will kill me if I don't get back on time.
I'm proud of you for coming to us, John. Really.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
It's a
you.
big step.
Understandable.
You're doing good.
He kind of looks at you awkwardly, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Enjoy the muffins." And he leaves.
Guys, next session, Jurgen Leitner gets murdered by a bunch of just flashlights in the face.
Murder Jurgen Leitner quicker.
With flashlights. Murder Jurgen Leitner speedrun.
Oh my god. 8%.
Get him before Elias does.
You get him before lunch.
We solved the Magnus archives.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
It's over. All of it's over.
Whoa.
The real Magnus archives was the friends we made along the way.
Incredible!
The friends we stabbed along the way.
And mold with flashlights.
They weren't friends.
Maimed.
Murdered.
Yeah. Starts with M.
Okay.
The real
So
question is how common knives are in the archives.
I mean, okay, so Pine stabbed Lenore. Several people tried to stab John.
Whatever happened to us?
It seems fairly
John
common.
getting stabbed. We've got Riku getting stabbed. We got everyone getting stabbed.
Everyone just.
Jenny hasn't been stabbed yet.
Yeah, I'm
Please-
fine.
please
There's
don't
still
stab
time. There's still time. Don't
No,
worry.
no, don't stab Jenny. No.
Look,
Oh,
everybody
no,
got
take
matching
it.
scars. Matching scar buttons.
What'd you say, Ember?
I said, oh no, Officer Jenny just happened to run into the knife.
She
10
ran
times.
like 10 times.
If she doesn't get stabbed sometime soon, Riku's gonna do the job.
All
To
right.
make it even.
What
It's
would,
an initiation.
It's just not right.
what would you guys like to do? You
I'm
have-
assuming we got discharged, or
Oh yeah, by this point the doctor has discharged you.
I did want to ask about the scar.
Okay, so the doctor comes in, he's holding the papers. Alright, you're good to go. Any last call, do you
I
have
do
any
have
questions?
a question. Did you guys run any tests on this weird scar on my hand?
You mean the X scar on your hand that's been there since you've been here? It looks like a normal scar.
It looks like a normal scar.
Yeah, just like an X.
But she didn't have it before the incident.
She didn't have an X scar. I mean, when she came in, it looked fresh. He pulls up, he's like, hold on, I'll show you. He digs in the folder, and he pulls out a picture of Marjan's hand. It looks exactly as it did before,
But now it looks
but
like
now it
this.
looks like that.
But it looks different.
No, it doesn't. It looks like this.
to clarify, we all see that it looks like a star.
Yeah,
Or is
you
it only
guys,
Marjan?
you guys see it looks like a star. The doctor does not.
I'm getting into character.
Ooh.
Wait, do you like trace around the new scar?
No, I'm getting into character.
Can I take a photo of it on my phone and show it to the doctor?
Sure, you can try. Roll for it.
Roll to take a photo.
No, roll to persuade him.
Okay.
I just realized
18.
I had my microphone running the entire last session.
Ooh.
Oh, you.
Everything that happened, and I probably never gave it to the police.
That is so true. I forgot. What'd you roll?
forgot to.
18.
An 18. Okay. I'm not even gonna attempt that. He looks at it like, I suppose I could see some. Yeah, it looks like that. I suppose I could see something, but your camera quality is quite poor.
Okay. Ooh, that is pretty.
Everybody ooh over
Is
the
the car
scar.
actually bad quality to me? Like,
To you, no. To you, it looks crystal clear. The doctor just can't see it for some reason.
do you need glasses by chance?
It's a very weird thing to say.
I'm sorry.
I'm wearing contacts.
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come
It's
off
just
like
a normal scar. I mean, if you're really worried about it, tattoo over it.
Huh. Seems like very weird advice for a medical profession. I digress. I digress.
Can you guys tell that I really don't know what goes on in hospitals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is just like a British hospital, and they theoretically have better healthcare. So what the fuck do we know?
True,
Yeah.
for real.
yeah.
That's why you're out in 2 days. They're just better.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
We'll just keep an eye on it. If
Okay.
I get taken by a weird star demon, that's on me.
I guess we'll know what caused it. But the
Yeah,
question is, why
yeah.
can we see it?
Yeah, is it just some sort of...
Oh, we're part of the deal, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. I did kind of rope you guys into that.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's well, not really, but it's okay. It's all right. We can work through this together, guys.
Hopefully none of you die.
Marjan, you're the one closest to death. You were in a coma.
For 2 weeks.
For 2.
Alright, you've been discharged. What will you do now?
Well, if it's not anything the doctors can handle, we can always ask artifact storage. Or the archives. You haven't even planned for this, it might just go on.
I do whatever you want.
But we
I
do
mean,
need
we
to
got
listen
the
to
tunnels.
Storage for
Do we
a
have to
scar?
Or we got the
Wait,
cassette.
what'd you say, Ember?
I said artifact storage for a scar.
It's supernatural in some way, ain't it? So like,
And it's gonna do with a knife.
Can I drive us
What are
back?
they gonna do? Take a Polaroid of it? How are they gonna artifact store that?
damn it.
That might actually work.
Maybe.
It is analog. Well, we're getting off track. That was just a random tidbit, but we do need to listen to that tape.
I could drive us all back to the archives.
That sounds
and-
good.
To my office.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll go there.
Alright, you guys, you all get into the car. Riku, you feel a sense of dread.
Oh, fun.
Into the institute. At the institute, it's, I don't know what day it is. Friday. Okay,
Wonderful.
Oh god, this charge on a Friday.
it's great. Discharge on a Friday.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hell
Be,
yeah.
Go free. Do what you want.
Right, so I guess we go up to my office first.
Yeah.
It is
Do
not
you have
a.
your dog with you?
I do have my. I had the dog with me the whole time.
Yes. Puppy.
He was allowed in the
Can
hospital.
I pet the dog to reduce my stress?
No.
Damn it.
He's too tainted with the darkness.
You're tired of us using
Yes, I'm tired.
You shouldn't have let us do it. I mean, you already gave us the cat.
The cat is supposed to be like for you guys. Like, can we call the cat?
Boo.
You can pet the dog at the end of this. At the end of the game, if you guys are good.
Fine.
Boo.
It's like a treat.
For good behavior.
A treat for the puppy.
So the office looks about the same. It's still very clean, very neat. The theory board has gotten significantly bigger, but not any more connected. There's just stuff all over the walls, but it's not really like connected to any bigger picture.
Huh.
Yeah.
You been working?
Yep. Nothing conclusive, but
Huh.
you know, just wasting time
Huh.
more than anything.
Hmm.
Anyways, cassette.
As your mind thinks back to the hell of the last 2 weeks, you gain some regular stress. 2 points.
You just love the stress feature, don't you?
It's
Oh
my
wait,
favorite.
I'm at 5.
It's my
seven.
favorite part of this game. I just don't know how to use it properly.
So we're just getting more stress.
All the time.
Yeah.
So we're getting more stressed and not
Yeah, I
less
know.
stress.
Oh right, you said 10 normal stresses, 1 paranormal.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Look, I do want you guys to become like paranormal maybe at some point. So you have to get stressed to do that.
You're supposed to be like tier 4, right?
Not necessarily.
I thought it said you have to be minimum of tier 4, right?
Well, then I guess we're gonna level up soon.
Oh my goodness.
You'll go to level 3 at the end of Act 1.
Okay.
Okay. Act 1. How many acts are we
There's
going?
just 2.
Okay.
Act 1 Act 1 ends at episode 7, session 7, and then session 8 will like pick up Act 2.
I'm both excited and scared.
Terrified at the
Alright, so what'd you just call me?
I said terrified even.
Oh, they said Athena. Like, what the fuck? Where is Athena?
She's sleeping on your bed, or she was earlier.
Wait, the door's open?
again.
Okay,
You know, earlier today I had to close the door because
she's asleep.
yeah,
She looks like this.
Yeah, she was just
She's
sleeping.
holding her arms up.
She's a Renaissance
She's a
painter.
Renaissance painter.
Okay, so you're in the office.
Yeah.
Stay on track. You're in the office. Everyone's kind of leaving because it is Friday. Everyone's like either coming back from their lunch or they're just getting ready to leave for their lunch. So they're kind of ignoring you. They wave, but that's not why you're here. You're here to listen to this tape. So you go into Lenore's office without saying much because, I mean, dread, you guys want to get this done. You shut the door. I just realized I hadn't had the book open this whole time.
Has
That's
anything
fine.
spooky happened in my office? In the
No,
past
it's
2
it's
weeks?
normal.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, I imagine there's like more coffee cups around because you've probably just been living off coffee.
Oh
I'm always
man.
living off coffee. That's just the natural state of things. Writing notes, Jenny.
Why are you writing this page?
Why are you writing that down, Jenny?
Most of this page is on John. I don't know what you mean. What?
Alrighty, so everyone shut up.
I
Sorry.
have one question.
What's up?
I was on the hurt stage last.
Your health is reset. Alright, so fair warning to anyone listening. Like I said, I did write and record this within the span of 2 days. My
Which is
computer,
insane, Pine.
huh?
Which is insane.
Yeah,
Pine.
thank you, and sorry. My computer also died and then glitched in the middle of editing
That
this.
might be an omen.
So there might be some audio corruption. We'll see. I really don't know.
It adds flavor.
Did you listen to
Yeah.
the back one?
That's just the nature of the tape, it looks
Oh,
like.
yeah.
That's just JMJ for you.
Wrong part. Pop.
I am gonna move you closer, Riku.
You've been lifted up.
Here you go. You're gonna. Oh, I hope that won't hurt anything.
It's okay. You can leave it. You can replug
Take.
it in later.
There we go. All right. So you. Sorry.
Oh, there go my dice.
You quietly and solemnly press play. Statement number 0160918 regarding the tsunami that hit Fukuoka, Japan. Statement taken direct from subject. Audio recording by Pining. Personal recording. Statement begins. I've been away from my home for some time now. Sometimes I wish I never moved away at all. But after what happened, I don't think I could ever look at the ocean the same way again. And I hate it. I thought I could trust her. I didn't think she would turn her back on me so quickly. I was 36 when the tsunami tore through my home city of Fukuoka, Japan. The storm killed so many people and even more went missing. I don't even think they found everyone yet, even though it's been 9 years, going on 10. I grew up near the water. My parents bought a house just outside the city and near the harbor. So I spent much of my childhood either swimming or watching the boats come in and out of the dock. I got in more trouble sneaking into the harbor at night than I ever did in school. Not that I ever got into much trouble, but I loved it and I knew I wanted to work as a sailor or even as a fisherman. So when I turned 18, I practically threw myself overboard trying to get a job on any boat I could. My parents weren't too keen on the idea of me staying and working on the water. They wanted me to go to school and be better than they were. But they soon realized that there was no convincing me otherwise. So they did what they could to help. For the first 2 years, I spent most of my time breaking my back just loading cargo. By the 5th, I became a crewman on the ship called the Dorian, ran by Captain Alisa. But in 2014, I had to give it up due to an explosion while delivering some artifact. It was one of the more dangerous trips I went on, and a few men had died. But that didn't bother me. A part of me loved to see what dangerous secrets the ocean had hidden from us, from land's view. After job hunting for a little bit, I was approached by a captain named Peter Lucas, who ran the Tundra, a ship I've seen a few times in Fukuoka, but heard great stories of its voyages, stories of monsters and people disappearing. I was excited and had told my parents about the wonderful opportunity that night. I often wonder, what would have happened to me if I had said yes right away and didn't tell my family? My parents weren't too thrilled of the idea of me going on dangerous voyages anymore. I always told them of my trips, and every time they would look at me with fear and worry. They put their foot down and said I would not be allowed in their house anymore if I had joined that crew. I couldn't leave my family behind, so I turned down the offer and joined the crew of a local fishing company. If my memory serves me right, and usually it does, it was the Haruto-san's Fishing Co. I spent most of my time working there with the older gentlemen, the father, and the 2 oldest sons. I was 34 at this time. I was with the oldest son when the storm hit, and I still remember the last words that boy ever said. We were leaving the harbor together, him and a few other men under our watch. We had to do our jobs quickly and simply. We were told there was a rumor going around about a storm brewing, but the sky and water had not shown any signs of trouble. But we kept it in the back of our minds while we sailed out. A part of me wishes now that we should have listened, but would it have even mattered? I don't think I'll ever get closer to that question. We were about 200 miles from shore when we first felt the earth shake its warning. Without a single word, I looked at Captain Haruto, and he made the call to turn back. That's when we heard the sounds. It was different from anything I've ever heard before. Normally, when the ocean gives you a warning, it just sounds like thunder or a jet flying low. But this was different. It was guttural, so low it made my ears pop in pain. It reminded me of the sound of a stomach growling with hunger, primal and ready to eat, and I feared we would be her next meal. Our captain screamed for us to hit the deck, but it was too late. The waves slammed themselves up against the side of the boat, filling the docks with the salty water. I was unlucky enough to be in the helm of the ship, so I had to witness it all. The waves grew larger with every minute, opening her mouth to swallow the boat whole. I had to watch in horror as the crew ran around, slipping or tripping on the water that was flooding our dock. But that's when I started to notice something strange. Not just our crew, but the water too. And I think the captain saw it as well. He grabbed me by the arm and pulled me out of the helm to do something. To this day, I'm not really sure if he wanted me to save some of our crew or kill me. I don't think I'll ever know. But he dragged me down to that dock. Water started to fill my boots and make my feet feel cold. We got there, and I couldn't convince myself that I was actually looking at people. The way the men slipped, tripped, and fell upon each other reminded me of the fish that we would catch, helpless and off balance from the element they knew, right into one that's killing them. It was at this time I thought I had gone deaf. I saw the mouths of the men open as if they were screaming, but again, they just looked with the mouths of gaping fish, gasping for water. The boat started to tip from the hitting waves and the rain that had followed. I watched helplessly as the crew started to fall overboard, but I couldn't move. My feet felt as if they were welded to the floor. The captain let go of my arm and ran to help some of the crew, trying to stop anyone from falling. But it was futile. I snapped out of my trance and ran to help them. All at once, I heard it. It was like taking off noise-canceling headphones. The waves hitting the metal of the boat made me nauseous. The rain pounding on everything made it hard to understand what was happening. And the screams. I heard the screams of the dying. "Captain!" they all called out in vain. I did my best to help Haruto, but he shoved me out of the way. He screamed me to get back to the helm and try to steer the ship out of the storm. We had to get the boat back, or at least try to. Before I could protest, he shared his final words with me. "Tell my baby brother, Riku, to just ride out the waves." I'll be honest, I didn't understand what he meant. But I ran to the helm and did my best to steer the ship anyways. With a loud bam, something hit the window. The face of a man who I've never seen before pressed himself up against the glass to look at me. I think he saw my soul, because he just smiled with the most shark-like teeth I've ever seen and disappeared once I blinked. I never saw him in person again. We left the harbor with 60 men on board the ship. That included me and the captain. I was the only one left. I docked the boat and had to share the news with Haruto's family. I was slapped by his mother and was told I should have been the one to go overboard. I left, right then and there, wanting to go back to my parents' house, to seek the warmth of my mother to counteract the cold betrayal of the sea. But I wasn't so fortunate. My parents' house, the beach, the local town, the city, my whole world, destroyed by this tsunami. There was nothing left, not even a photo of my parents. I didn't go back to tell the youngest boy, Riku Haruto, the message his brother left him. I just left. I left with the clothes on my back and whatever money I had in my bank account. I left Japan and found myself here in London. I don't know what happened to that family, and frankly, I don't really care. I never want anything to do with the water ever again. I still dream about that night. I'm 45 now. I have a wife and daughter who I love more than anything. They replaced my love for the sea, and I'm more okay with that. I still sometimes see that man when I close my eyes at night. His shark-like smile, gray skin, and black eyes. Maybe it was Sunjin. I don't care. I'll never see it again if I can help it. Statement ends. I remember hearing about the storm from Gertrude, actually. She said it was quite devastating. I think she said, or I think she thought it was some sort of small ritual being done. But, much like the eclipse, she didn't do anything about it. I wonder if that was the time she started forming her hypothesis. If rituals did need to be stopped from intervention, or just fizzle out entirely. But the way Minato Watson describes it, I think it was just an avatar playing with its food. Rather barbaric, if you ask me. If you're gonna eat, just simply finish your meal quick. Ugh. Shinjin, a water god. Mr. Watson wouldn't be too far off with that one. I've never heard of an avatar being tied with water that isn't lonely or vast. If I had to guess, the destruction of his childhood home, everything he loved, desolation. Gertrude told me she had deep ties with them when she first started as archivist. I only know the stories she would share with me. Nothing more than that. But according to her, it was always fire. I suppose a raging storm of seawater can be just as destructive as a blazing fire. I mean, she totally would have destroyed her tape recorder if she would have knew the desolation could be in any other way than fire. I've never taken a statement this way before. I'm running out of the written statements that I took. And I've noticed I can only go a few days without one now. I've become reliant. So I have to get them myself now. I hate it. I mean, I did it to Carlos about 2 weeks ago. It wasn't a full statement, but it filled me with this warmth. But I mean, it went away as quickly as it came when I saw what I did to that attacker. This time was a bit different. I took it from Mr. Watson, and it made me feel, I don't know, only half satisfied. I wrote it down, and after I read it into the recorder, I could taste it. It tasted sweet on my tongue and made me want more. Do I still want more? I both love and loathe this feeling. I think I'm deeper down this path, and I don't think I can turn back. But I don't think I have a choice. And recording.
Damn. I was out of character, sorry.
This is so sick and twisted.
Yeah.
What did I do?
So, want to talk about that?
Want to talk about it?
That was not in character, that was just me.
That's how I felt.
Riku, after hearing that statement, how do you feel? Do you want to share with your friends what exactly she was referring to, or Mr. Watson was referring to?
I would
You're
also
still
like
in the video if that's what you're trying for.
I was, and then I stepped out immediately.
I would also like to know.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it, being called by name? One of these. It doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. I don't like it.
It's a call out post.
It's literally like an analog call-out post. I hate it.
No, literally. Okay. I gotta log back in.
Clock in.
Okay, oh my god.
Take your time.
Riku is... He's like kind of gripping the desk where the statement is playing, I think.
You doing
Where-
okay?
where did John say that he found this again?
In his office.
On his desk?
And it just appeared like that?
I mean, either someone put it there or
It's appeared as magically as every other single tape we've gotten thus far. We don't know where they're coming from.
Did you know about this before, the tape?
It happened. It was my hometown. I didn't know about what happened on the ship, though.
Jesus.
I was at home, and I managed to survive everything, and it can't be real, right? There's no way.
I mean, it's recorded.
I don't think that helps much.
Every statement we've listened to up until now has been real in some way or another, and we found that out the hard way. It's
Right,
very...
but not this one, right? Not this one. There's no way.
How did you find out about your brother's passing?
The same way everyone finds out about their family member passing.
Who
You
told
know,
you?
you-
Who told you
This.
that?
God, I wasn't even there. It was my mom. It was just a fishing accident from the tsunami. That's all there was to it. None of this other bullshit. None of this other stuff that claimed his life. It was just the ocean. Nothing else.
Well, sometimes I think we're gonna have to accept the fact that there are things that are out of our control now. And it's hard to say, but we have no reason to doubt that this is fake. I'm sorry. This is a horrible way to find out.
So then what does that mean? Is he out there with shark teeth or whatever the hell that was being said that Pine was saying?
I'm sure we'll find out eventually based on our track record.
If we want to know, I'm not saying for sure, but if we want to see maybe in more detail, we could try to find this person. I'm sure there can be records on who it is.
Does he want to be Pine? I mean, Pine said she extracted this. I don't know how that works.
And
How
how
did
did say where she was?
Yeah, we don't know anything about this guy.
Where did she even get this from?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Isn't this just some crazy coincidence? How do you find someone from my hometown who just happened to be there, who just happened to be on that ship? And as Riku is saying this, he eases his grip on the desk and his shoulders slump down. He is not doing well.
Right.
There's got to be something else.
Perhaps
It's too convenient. It's
maybe another question to ask Pine once we track her down.
Listen, it seems weird, but this isn't the last time we've had statements connected to our personal lives. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know if you know. But I think Pine knows more about us than somehow we do ourselves. And that scares me.
I feel like it's no coincidence that these statements find us specifically.
That's what I'm thinking.
And the fact that John didn't listen to this statement too, I feel like maybe he was called to not listen to it. It doesn't belong to him. It belongs to
doesn't.
you, Riku.
That's why you're here to listen to it. And that's why I was here to listen to mine.
Maybe we should go for
so.
a
Is
walk.
this just some sick ploy Pine is getting at to have each of us listen to something about ourselves? I mean, who's next? You or you?
You?
Yeah.
hasn't even learned her actual
You
name.
know, technically there's two different ways this could have come about. Either this is a case of Pine somehow figuring out who it is that's after her and maybe seeking a way to disincentivize us, scare us away from whatever we're doing, maybe lay a false trail for us to follow so we're not following her.
It is the last trail we did follow.
But-
Almost ended up in all of us dying, so...
But there's also another alternative. If these statements were actually recorded sometime before this, and it seems like at least the last one was, then Pine could not have known who would have been after her.
Do you think there's something else at play keeping these people in line for Pine to then send these to us?
Or another potential, how did you all end up here? Right here, right now, working on this case, looking for a missing girl who I don't think any of you really know.
Well, there was an email.
Right. Marjan, there are other students who also work at the Institute or who research the Institute or are just skilled at finding people specifically. That's what they do. That's their jobs.
Yeah.
None of them were sent for this. None of them were told to join me on this. Then Jenny, there are other section police officers. Why were you the one chosen to find her? Or Riku, I mean, the Institute has many different people on payroll who they can reach out to for protection if that's necessary. Why pick you? Why is it the four of us here in this room looking for a missing girl
But
while
all
things
these just
keep on
doesn't
happening?
even like us. Like,
Who either doesn't like us or doesn't even know us.
I'm curious if these statements we've been getting are a warning. It feels... We don't even know if Pine is the one that's dropping these off for us, but I can't help but feel like we're being warned to stay away. Pine mentioned that she can't go long without taking a statement. What does that even mean? It sounded like, I don't know.
well, I don't want to be rude, but she doesn't seem like she's in the most stable mental place. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree. But also she mentioned some things towards the end, talking about Gertrude and about how Gertrude would have reacted to a statement like this. Why is it circling back to religion again? I mean, we had like the water god mentioned, but also when we were talking to Amaya, she mentioned serving the forever blind, called other things, Mr. Pitch, Endless Night, things like the dark sun or the ever-stretching
Now
stars.
that you mention it, didn't the guy we just listened to mention a ritual?
Yes, Pine mentioned it as a ritual.
As a failed ritual.
But also mentioned things like the lonely or the vast being associated with water versus the desolation with destruction of property or fire or a storm.
What does that even mean, though?
How does this connect? Are these just other deities that they worship in the same way that Amaya did? In that case, are there other cults that are they can't be responsible for a tsunami, though. Like, that's a force of nature.
It is a force of nature.
A tsunami literally is just nature. I don't get how one thing can go from another.
Did Amaya mention anything about her ritual affecting nature in any way?
The dark sun, it was to bring about everlasting night.
Well, that is also nature, isn't it?
That is definitely nature.
But that's not something they can control.
It
though.
sounds like how people would have described an eclipse long ago, historically, as a kind of divine sort of punishment or something. But again, that's something that happens. It can be tracked. Those things, like astronomers can keep track of those and predict them years and centuries in advance.
So
does a
these weird
ritual-
entities have a weird way of controlling things that aren't meant to be controlled. Where do we go from there?
Not to interrupt your thinking, you had a question?
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna step out and grab Riku a cup of water. Usually they have those in offices.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get that and take a bathroom break while I'm doing that. So keep talking.
Yep.
Alright.
Go get a cup of water. Right. Where was I?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So where do we go from here? Why is this relevant? Is it relevant? Is this something we need to know about, or are we going in a completely wrong direction here?
I mean, it seems like whatever's happening is connected to these rituals.
And these rituals are important to the Institute, or at
And
least to
they're
Pine and
important to
Gertrude.
Pine.
Yes.
There was something mentioned in there about preventing a ritual versus letting it fizzle out.
Yeah.
So
Is there something that can be done to prevent? Does it even matter?
I guess that's what Pine meant.
What would preventing a ritual look like? Stopping a tsunami? I mean,
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
know
exactly-
how you could.
that's not exactly
Oh,
possible.
eating on chargers.
Then again, causing a tsunami should also be impossible.
Eesh.
So clearly we have two impossible things on our plate, one of which has happened.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, and the implication being that it could have been prevented, but it wasn't?
But what does that have to do with our search with Pine? Why is that relevant to why she's missing? Is my question. Is
Clearly Pine read the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but she read this fairly recently.
And it was
No?
left for us to listen to, so obviously they have to be connected somehow.
So someone wanted us to hear this. Whether it was
So
Pine
maybe-
or...
Maybe we do need to follow up on it.
But how do we find this person, whoever they are? I mean, it could be... Unless we go, like, into immigration records, I can't think of any other way that we might find someone, but there's gotta be thousands and thousands of people immigrating every day.
Besides, what was his name again?
We
What was
didn't
his
get
name
it.
There was a name. Give me one second. I didn't
Oh.
say it clearly. Minanoko Watson.
That would be a difficult name to search.
Actually, I feel like that's your advantage. The fact that he has an interesting name.
Wait, what's his last name?
W-A-S-E-N.
W-S-A...
A-S-E-N.
A-S...
W-A-S.
Oh my god. W-A-S...
E-N.
E-N. Is that an uncommon name?
I mean, it's London.
Was his name Minanoko?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just very American and will pronounce things like my character, very American.
Alright.
Pine has all knowledge but can't pronounce a name.
Look, last statement, I had to say something in Latin. It took me 6 tries, and I had to shorten the phrase because I couldn't say it all.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, there are ways to get into things like immigration records for an institute, such as the Magnus Institute.
Yeah, but the issue is that whoever gave this statement probably didn't go into the Institute if Pine got it from subject.
No, they would have immigrated to
Oh.
London, and that means that they had to
Well-
have done paperwork.
Paperwork, that's right.
Even beyond that, the statement mentioned that he was on my family's ship. I mean, I'm pretty sure we keep records of that type of stuff.
Would the records not have
We
been
can trace
restored?
it. Yeah, like crew records of ships.
Oh.
Is it worth a
And
shot?
he mentioned some other people, whoever Salesa or Lucas was, some other shipwrights.
Those were of separate crews, though, if I
Those
remember
were
correctly.
past crews, but he would have worked on them for some time. So if they kept records, you're right, they probably would have been somewhere. Probably kept at ports where I'm pretty sure that ships are supposed to give full manifests of their crew as well when they come into port.
Yeah, they do.
If those ships had docked at some point in London recently, we might have been able to look into their past, but
he has a wife and kids now in London. It's probably not been recent.
no, it wouldn't have.
We're back at square one.
Well, again, we could look into immigration records, but we don't know the year that he immigrated. So it
Is it
would be
mentioned anywhere?
Yeah, I would say I'm going to step in as the GM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read to you what it said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pine.
You're fine. I was sort of like I had it written out, and you're right. The puzzle's a little more complicated than I thought. Okay, so he was 36 at the time it started. It's 9 years ago. It's 2016 now.
Oh, see, again, it's the year of the statement that I never look at.
So, what's 16 minus 9?
So it
You're
would have
asking
been
too much
It's
hard
7.
choice.
Then you look in statements you look in immigration from 2007. That's what I would do.
You're asking too much of art students, Pine.
This is targeted at me, isn't it?
No, it's
Okay.
targeted at me because I had to figure it out.
Fair enough.
I just think you're like, what's 45? That 9 years ago? Huh?
Right. So now that we figured that out all on our own without any help,
Yeah.
All
That still requires us to get into the immigration records, which means we need to break a few laws.
You do have a police officer who, with the right paperwork, could get the right warrant.
I don't think police can look into that.
They can if
let's
it's
pretend they can because we
It's
need to
the
get out of
problem
here.
That is true. We do need to get.
improbable cause. They can.
We can also ask Elias. He can pull strings.
I would really need to convince Bazira because every single previous instance that I've used my
Also, what exactly are we going to say
authority.
is probable cause? We heard a statement from this guy
She's not gonna
that she might have.
understand
What are we supposed to
I mean,
You could also always check social media.
do? Wait.
that's true.
Look him up on Instagram.
Wait, oh my god, Pine actually has this Instagram account, has been posting locations the whole time, guys.
We solved it.
Whoa. He has an interesting name. He's old enough to maybe have a Facebook page. He's 45. And I mean, it's 2016. Instagram's a new thing. You could always look on social media.
Guys, who wants to go onto Facebook and look for this guy? Not it.
Not it. I can do it.
While Jenny begrudgingly pulls out her phone and types in the name Riku. I'm not done with you.
Oh, damn, okay.
Oh god.
Hold on, I have my notes. I have a note for you.
You have a note.
Why are you throwing Riku into the mantis shrimp cage? Why are you doing this to
Literally.
him?
Be nice.
Oh, I'll tell you later.
What is this, fear factor?
Poor guy.
Riku, as they're trying to figure everything out, how to find this guy, you feel a sense of anger and more helplessness. This storm that happened to you 9 years ago, the storm that forced you to move away from your home, from your family, had this guy, this random guy, he was there. He kept the final words from your older brother from you for 9 years. You had no closure for 9 years, and now you have some semi-closure. How do you feel about that?
That's less comforting.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Girl.
He definitely feels angry.
Oh, yeah.
That is, I think that is his most overwhelming emotion, like his main one. He's angry that, because even in the statement, Minonoko mentioned that he like purposely didn't tell him that, even though he had the option to.
Mm-hmm.
So, anger is Riku's most prevalent emotion. And I think from that anger, because beforehand, he didn't really have a reason to be invested in finding Pine other than just the fact that he was hired. That anger manifests itself into drive. He like actually has a good reason now, and like he's mad about it.
Wonderful.
And
What do you mean
he
wonderful?
wants to move forward.
Okay.
You find a Facebook page of Minamoto walks in.
Oh my god.
It is a basic Facebook page,
Right.
but it's public.
Right.
After scrolling for about 10 minutes, you find the following. He actually lives close by,
What a coincidence.
but he's kind of closed off. But he does post pictures of his daughter and his wife. And there's one picture in particular that sticks out for you. Now I want you to roll a perception check.
Goddamn, it's gonna be Pine.
Wait, this is just a complete aside. You don't have to answer this, but if he lives close by and Pine was able to extract information from him,
Pine's close by?
Pine is probably close by as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
Let's keep this in mind.
That could be it.
17.
17.
A 10.
Okay.
5.
Sorry, I might have actually nudged that. You might have to reroll it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll reroll.
Riku?
Are we re-rolling on like researching or
No,
just like
perception.
normal perception?
Sorry for nudging your dice.
It's okay.
Perception.
I still got an 8 when I rerolled, so it's not
Okay,
like I'm doing better.
12.
Makes sense, I got the highest. I'm holding the phone.
I'm looking over like people's shoulders. I can't really see.
I'm not wearing my reading glasses.
You notice a selfie? It's right in front. Do I wanna... Hold on, I'm trying to like put it in my head correctly. It's just a regular selfie. They're in the park. There's a dog. There's his kid, his wife. In the background, you see someone with a green bandana. Just barely out of the frame.
Fucking goddamn it. Okay. Awesome.
So
Awesome.
maybe
Wow.
maybe she saw him and his family in the park and something told her to follow. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's not even her. But like you
Guys,
said,
with our luck, it's gonna be her.
but like you said, if he's nearby and she's in the photo, then maybe she's nearby too. Maybe this is a stroke of luck. What will you do?
How many days ago do you think this was taken?
Does it say?
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it should say.
2 weeks. Okay.
So she took it while you were in your coma.
Oh, goddamn. Okay.
She was
getting
here
around.
while we were around.
Hey Riku, want to tell them what you saw at the grocery store?
Oh my god.
Let's bring up the levity of a little bit.
Goddamn.
Okay. Riku's gonna look a little closer at the phone. That's Pine?
Yeah.
Probably. As far as we
You
know.
think so?
Why?
Oh my god.
What's wrong?
Riku?
I asked Pine to hand me a jug of milk
You what?
at the grocery store.
When? When did this happen?
Like last time I got groceries, like, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
You saw Pine.
Y'all get a point of regular stress because you guys could have finished this like 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
You
Do you
saw
think
Pine.
I would have known?
Alyssa, can I borrow a pencil?
She was in the way, so I asked her to move, and she handed me one. That's it. I don't investigate random people at the grocery store.
Wait. This was probably right around the same time that she took that statement.
Dude, we've seen pictures of her.
Were you not looking at any of the photos that we've seen of her in the past?
He looks a lot worse in real life.
God damn!
Did she have a bad hairstyle?
I thought she was homeless. I guess she is.
I mean, I guess she is.
She is.
Okay? It's different in person. You can look at a photo of someone all you want. Did you think that I expected to see her there?
That's very
Should we be looking at homeless shelters? Are we looking in the
Oh
wrong
my
places?
god, she knows Trevor Herbert.
Oh my god.
She hunts vampires in her spare time.
That's how she gets a living wage.
Do you remember what she was buying at the store at all? Or did you not see any of that?
Ember, I will give you full allowance to just make up whatever you want. I don't
Oh
care.
my gosh.
As long as it's nothing
I
stupid.
know. She had a basket that had a few things in it. I mean, they were odd, but I figured, people like what they like.
Like,
She had about 5 bags of frozen peas.
Okay.
Alright.
I don't know what she would have done with that, or if she even has a freezer.
yeah,
Is that all she bought?
was it just peas?
It was like one of those carryable baskets, and the whole bottom part was just filled with peas. And then there was some random stuff on the top. But I don't really go into looking at strangers' shopping baskets when I meet them for 5 seconds.
Okay.
I like how you saw the peas but didn't see what was on top of the peas.
Alright, wait.
But there was
Which
5 whole bags. They took up half of the basket.
Riku, what supermarket was this?
Hold on, I gotta find out. What are British supermarkets?
I don't know, Aldi's, Tesco, I don't know.
Oh my god, I love the idea that someone's just buying random bags of peas after John told you guys, hey, there were some weird food wrappers in the tunnels.
It's all peas. It's all just
There is
half
Aldi.
frozen footage.
Will this work?
I mean, we could. I mean, I need to
All
buy
these
groceries
clothes.
again anyways.
All these is fucking closed. You're serious? What time is it right now?
And last time we tried to get security footage from the coffee shop,
Oh,
it
true.
was all distorted, so
I
it
forgot about
might
that.
not work.
Well,
What was up
I
with
mean,
that, by
I
the
know
way?
it's a
Why
long
was
shot,
security
but
footage
if I
distorted?
enough to use a credit card, we could trace
Why
that.
did you say you might want to repeat that?
Oh, I was gonna say, if Pine is dumb enough to use a credit card, we could have traced that.
I don't
I mean,
think
she is pretty dumb.
Yeah, but
Not the time.
Sorry.
I don't know. She's evading. I guess.
But knowing her,
anything
she
like
probably
that.
paid cash for all of those peas.
Better say your
What? What am I? Huh?
your
What?
life is in my hands. Don't disrespect me.
I'm not disrespecting you.
You're disrespecting Pine the character.
I'm
not
just
Pine
behind the
person.
character.
As she's still my daughter.
Are you saying that you're like her?
She shares my name. Yes.
No
she
way.
shares my name and
That's on
height.
you.
But
That's
does she
on
share
you.
your intelligence?
Fuck no. She's a lot
Oh, there we
smarter than me.
go.
She's a lot smarter than I am. I would have paid with my debit card. Shit, how am I gonna pay for all these goddamn peas? Wait a second, I was just paying for the Magnus Institute. Beep. Fuck.
Reporting stolen credit card.
Oh my
Guys,
god.
I know where Pine is. She was at the Aldi 2 weeks ago.
Well, we figured that out on my own, so.
Okay, back on track.
Back on. So we can't go to Aldi.
Wait, what time is it? You never did answer.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's 3 o'clock
In the morning?
in the afternoon.
Well, why would Aldi be
Wait, well
closed?
then Aldi will be
Because
open.
I said so.
Pie, did you not
It's
tell the
under, no,
characters?
it's under renovation. How about that? The Aldi's is under renovation, so it's closed.
I'll just imagine we went to the Aldi, we were standing outside of it, all four of us, like, huh.
This is
Was it
Aldi.
like this last week?
2 weeks
Because I
there.
did have my groceries. I have to go to fucking Tesco's now.
So to be fair, Aldi is known for always renovating.
That's true.
That is true.
So,
This is true. As an Aldi employee, this is true.
oh yeah, you worked at Aldi.
I actively work at Aldi.
Damn. So sorry.
I should have picked a more reliable grocery store.
That would have also been under renovation because a car hit the
Oh my god.
car hit it. So
It was a
Pie
taxi.
was driving.
just a cop car just in the window. Well, got rid of that evidence. What are you writing?
I won't say it.
Who is that for?
I won't say it.
Okay, back on track. Back on track.
Back on
please.
track. Emily, back on track.
Okay. So
We've got this. Lock
If
in.
it's 3, theoretically, whoever this guy is, he's probably at work right now. Maybe we should. I suggest we would go visit him since we now know where he is. But
We have information
maybe
on his
wait
wife,
until
right?
the weekend. Maybe wait until the weekend to do it, so we
Yeah.
don't accidentally catch just the wife alone without her husband.
I'm gonna step in just to give a little more guidance.
Please.
It's 3. You can wait 2 hours at a coffee shop.
Fine, but are you sure you want us to go to a coffee shop?
Yes.
Or are you gonna have to come up with like?
No, I have it written down this time.
Okay.
Because I have expected Jenny to be like, guys, I know we just got out of the hospital. Do you guys want to go get coffee?
I think we
You
all
don't
need
like it.
a good separation from everything that's going on. Maybe we can go get a nice cup of coffee and discuss there in a less sterile environment.
It's not sterile.
It's definitely not cozy.
I
Yeah.
think it's very cozy. What do you mean?
There's like a spider web a spider runs across the desk and like down into the floor.
Lenore, I'm a little concerned about your definition of comfortable.
There's
It's
an
all
It's just like home.
with all due respect, it looks like a serial killer lives here.
Just
And
like
there's
All
home,
the coffee
please
cups
never invite me.
everywhere don't really help.
a
your
little
peace.
fly flies out of the coffee cup at one of the old coffee cups.
Lord, can we introduce the spring cleaning before we go?
I can help you with
Riku
that.
is going to take a step back.
Okay, let's just.
I had a lot on my mind recently. Okay.
We all I've been in a
I
coma.
didn't.
Let's
Well, I guess you didn't have
de-stress.
much in your mind then, did you?
Let's de-stress over some nice coffee, okay?
I think I
Okay,
agree.
Sure.
cool. On me. It's on me.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. You get in the car, happily go. What's up?
I want to talk to Riku before we go.
Okay.
That was really scary.
Okay, well, you two step. Wait, do you want them here or do you want them gone?
Oh, they can stay.
Damn.
It'll just
Oh,
be
also,
a side conversation.
Can Riku pick up the tape and just like keep it on him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Riku, like, after the group has filed out of the room, just before he leaves. I know this might be a bit of an insensitive question, but how are
I wonder why you're asking it then.
Oh, damn.
Jesus. How are you feeling? I want to make sure that you're still with us. And if you can't handle this, that's okay. You can step out and we can handle this without you. But we absolutely would love to have you with us. That's all I wanted to say. I know this is a lot, but I just want to make sure I know how you're doing.
Jenny, I can handle this. If anything, I can handle this more. And Riku's kind of like somewhat gripping at the tape that he's holding in his hand as he speaks this. This tape, I can do this, okay?
Okay.
And I think I need to do this.
We'll be here with you through it all, okay? And I know that you want to put on a brave face, but you can trust us too, okay? You don't have to do this all by yourself. And I'm gonna pull out a hat from my
hat?
bag and hand it to you. A hat? Yeah, it has the words "Women fear me, fish want me" on it. I got this for you when we first met, like a little bit after. I know you like fishing. This might not be the best time to give it to you, but I don't know if it can maybe help bring some light to this situation. Just, it's not a grand gesture or anything. I just want to make sure you know that we're here for you. I'm here for you.
Riku's gonna take the hat, and he's gonna say, "Do you just buy oddly specific hats for everyone you meet?"
No, this one came to me in a dream.
Right, so everyone else gets normal gifts.
Well, you're the first
And
person
he
I
says
noticed.
this, and he puts it on.
Aww. That's adorable.
Hat acquired.
Okay, let's go enjoy some coffee, okay? Yay! Maybe de-stress a little bit.
Right, as you say, Officer Jenny, and he does the thing where he like smacks her back, but he does it a little bit too hard.
She like stumbles a bit.
Aw, what a cute friendship that's blossoming. Anyways, so we get into the car. You leave the institute, you get into Jenny's car, and you happily, kind of quietly drive to the Great Bean.
Right.
My favorite coffee shop.
Why do we keep coming back to this one?
It's local.
It's local, and I mean,
Also, Pine's been here.
Pine's been there.
We're doing work. We're on the case.
It's on the way.
Well,
also getting
the
coffee.
one time I actually had something written out, you guys are goddamn gonna play it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Just kidding. You really don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay, let's leave. No, I'm joking.
Okay,
No, we're
so
gonna go and get coffee.
you park at the coffee shop. It looks kind of quiet for a Friday night. Quite odd. It's 3:30-ish, and the coffee people, there's not a lot of people in, but it's still open. Marjan, you paying attention?
Yeah, I'm paying. I can hear you just fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm listening. We're in a coffee shop. I know.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You're in the coffee shop. Who wants to order coffee first?
Well, I'm paying for everyone. So
Again?
Yeah.
You don't have to do
I have
that.
to do that.
I have a police
Thanks,
salary.
man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I think with everything else going on, it's nice to get a treat once in a while.
That's fair. I think I agree.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
You go in, and you notice it's Leo back at the counter.
Oh my god, it's Leonardo.
When are we
Leonardo.
gonna see the other brothers?
They're busy.
Doing what?
They all run the store together.
I don't know, they probably
What on
ordered
different days of
pizza.
the week?
Take
They're
it.
ordering pizza. They're fighting crime.
Mm-hmm.
The forces of evil.
Can we get them to find Pine?
Can we hire them?
Yeah.
Persuade me.
What do you
Roll
mean
a
persuading?
persuasion check.
What? Who's persuading? All of us?
Look, seems to be just Alisa.
Actually, no, wait. I can't roll well for shit. Someone else do this.
I'll help you. I don't count on me.
I'm just
Natural 20!
God damn it.
Yes! I don't need to roll.
our first hired hands.
Okay, well, you come up to the counter.
Hey, Pine, we'll take coffee. We can share over a cup of coffee, perhaps?
Okay, cool. Let me make it, and then I will meet you guys in the back. So go ahead through those doors, and we'll see you there.
Cool.
I already know your guys' orders. I'm gonna say like Jenny's like ordering like with another worker. You guys file in the back, and you notice it's kind of clean. There's obviously there's evidence that someone has been there before, like other people. It looks like it's been used. After about 15, 20 minutes or so, Leo comes back and he's holding all the drinks you guys ordered, plus maybe a pastry or two. All right, here we go. He sets it down. Ding, 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 ding. So before I say anything, my brothers and I have decided to help.
Right.
Help?
Well, I mean, we work in other coffee shops. This isn't just the one that we own. My father owns 2 other ones where my brothers work. And my youngest brother, he is somewhat of a street artist, so he'll keep his eyes and ears around around just town to see what he can find. Is that okay? I hope I'm not stepping any boundaries.
Of course.
Oh, no, we would love any advice or information you might have.
Right.
Yeah,
The
it's
more
much
the merrier.
appreciated, really.
So this goes up from that second thing. Do you remember that girl I said was looking for Sarah? Her last name was Richardson, I think.
Yes, you mentioned that.
She came in the other day. Her name was Zoe Richardson.
Silly.
She was asking about Sarah. Like I said, she seemed off. Like she didn't believe me. She
didn't believe what?
Didn't believe me that I told her that the cops were looking for her.
Oh.
She came in, she's like, oh, where is she? I told her, I don't know, the cops have been looking for her too. She didn't seem to believe me. What is happening over there?
Nothing. I'm listening. Don't worry.
The cops were also looking for her, and I told her that. She seemed confused, ordered coffee, and she told me she'd be leaving for a couple weeks.
A couple weeks.
Something about being out of the country. So,
No specifying where she was going?
no, she didn't. I mean, normal, from what I know, she's an artist, so she'll come and go as she pleases. If I remember correctly, one time she talked to Sarah about one of her shows, so.
Shows?
Yeah, like I said, she's an artist.
Is she a local performing artist?
She's a gallery artist, actually, so she'll paint stuff, and then she'll either take it to different countries, different cities for her gallery show, or sometimes she does local. I think her studio is actually in town.
Do you happen to know where?
Maybe
She has like a card for businesses. Sometimes I know artists give those out to shops.
I think she's actually out. I'll tell you what, she always comes to restock whenever she's out. So when she comes, I'll give you a call and I'll give you the phone number. Well, is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be
That
amazing.
works.
Thank you.
Can I also look her up on Facebook?
Or Instagram, probably, if that's the new thing.
Well, when is Instagram super popular right now?
2016.
I don't really
Okay.
know.
It's
I
like
didn't have
somewhat
Instagram
popular.
till
I think
a few
Facebook is still
years
more.
ago.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find her account then.
She probably just Google her if she's an artist in the area. She might have like a.
Yeah, but I
I
can't.
don't know how 2016.
I can't
Internet
DM
works.
anybody over like a website.
Oh, that's true. But
Well,
might
it
have
might
an
have
address.
contacts.
It might have an
Email.
address or phone
Email
number.
or phone. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do some online research. How
Okay,
about that?
you'll
Just
do
general.
that. Different session, not this session.
Yes.
Why fine? Can't we go research this person this session?
Because there is actual reason why.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
At 10:40 at night.
That's
Start a new adventure at 10:40 p.m.
Leave this
Yeah,
fish
she's legit.
situation aside. What
Yeah.
about Zoe?
Let's leave that.
So yeah, that's all I know. But I told you I'd tell you what I know, and like I said, I told my brothers to keep an eye out. So, yeah. Anything you need to share with me, or do you just guys want to enjoy your coffee in the quietness of this back room? You guys did seem a little stressed coming in.
Yeah, I think we might just need a little coffee break. I can tell you a little bit about what's been going on, but after the coffee.
Enjoy your coffee, Scott. If you need anything, just holler. I'll be right up front.
Thank
Sounds
you very
good.
much.
He leaves. Oof.
Well, that was something.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I'll show you at the end.
They're doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
So what's your guys' plan of attack?
Drink
Oh
coffee.
god,
Drink
hopefully not
coffee.
actually attacked.
There is no combat.
Thank you.
Well, probably
Damn
not.
it, we're gonna get attacked. Guys, I think we're gonna get murdered by a fish.
So I was thinking, what if we tried like a reverse method to contact Pine. We don't know if Pine's the one leaving the tapes, but maybe if we left some clues for Pine, we might be able to get a response. We
Leave
can
a
let
tape
her
for
know
her.
because she knows that she's being followed, but she's really not trusting anybody
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
And maybe if we can,
I feel like we'd
Get her to
scare her
trust
if we
us.
tried to.
But how?
I don't know.
I feel like she's never seen it into the same place twice. We're always behind her.
That's true.
Do we anticipate her movements somehow?
We could
Try to figure out where she's gonna go?
We could leave a note outside of
She
Ollie.
talks about statements a lot.
So are we setting bait for a trap, essentially?
We could do that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she looks for spooky things, that seems to be how these statements go.
We could make something up,
Yeah,
draw her in.
maybe try to set some sort of small, informal event, ghost story-esque,
Right.
to try to, like, entice her.
That she seems to be drawn to that.
Yeah.
Like
It
fish
might
to
work.
bait.
Riku, what's your thoughts on fish debating?
Oh.
Now that you
I mean,
mentioned it,
I'm
Marjan.
picking up what you're putting down, but honestly, with the way I've heard of what Pine is, I have no clue what we would set out for her that would pique her interest. Or much less even find a place where we think she would happen upon it.
Right.
I'm going to take initiative as the GM and tell you to put a pin into this.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, you'll come back to this.
Okay.
For now,
Okay.
you enjoyed your coffee break.
I have a thing that I might be able to entice her with, but I'll have to get back to you guys on that. Because I have to talk to someone.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I mean, yeah, it's not like Pine is gonna be any less lost.
sorry, that was really funny.
Damn.
Anyways, you guys enjoy your coffee. You talk about nothing really. What movie's coming out? Have you read any good books?
Have any good
I'm
poems
gonna
lately?
be honest, I do not think we would be talking about what movies are coming out.
No.
Marjan just got out of a coma. Riku just got some really nasty developments. Jenny and Lenore are still traumatized.
You guys are fine.
I think this will not be a happy conversation.
It's 5:30.
Maybe
Did
it's
any good
forced
poems
normalcy,
lately?
like everything is so bad that you have to talk about boring, bland things to be sane.
Just like a sense of normalcy, basically.
Yeah, that's what this coffee trip's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Like
like
Jenny
Lenore.
said, de-stress.
What's that?
As you step out of the coffee shop, it's 5:30 going on. It's 5:45 going on 6 o'clock at night. The sun is going down. You've been in there a while.
Right.
Last time the sun went down, it didn't end quite well, especially with the three of you. Riku isn't too bothered because the last time they saw the sun going down was last night. Marjan, the last time you saw the sun going down, you woke up 2 weeks later.
Awesome.
So you get into Jenny's police car. You happen to have found the address to Minota Watson's house,
Mm-hmm.
and you drive for about 20 minutes. Again, really talking about nothing. Maybe you're listening to the radio. Maybe you're listening to the Archers. Podcast is starting to come up. Excuse me. Basira kind of texts you just like, hey, hope everything's okay. I know you still have your time off, so please be careful. I mean, you're telling someone else to respond to the text. You can't text and drive.
I'm driving.
Yeah.
Riku is kind of admiring the silly little hat he got, and is already imagining the little like pins and stuff you can put in the hat.
Aww.
Cute friendship.
He's enjoying that hat.
He's enjoying it.
Yeah, he is. It's a good hat. Good quality too.
Hell yeah.
Lenore, you're just kind of playing. You're petting your dog's ears. He hasn't been very vocal. He's just been kind of enjoying
I
it.
kind of forgot he was here the whole time.
He's the whole there the whole time.
I love him.
I got him a little pup cup at the cafe.
Yes.
Marjan, you're doing the same. You're just playing like that. You're doing the thing where you like shake the dog's face.
He's lying across our laps.
Aw.
No.
How cute.
So cute.
All right, you park in front of a house. It's a little blue house. Nothing too
Mm-hmm.
noteworthy. It's kind of wooded in, like it's in the middle of some trees. You see a tire swing in the corner. You see a little playground. You see a fire pit in the front yard. You also see an anchor. So he must have been a sailor.
Must have.
You get out of the car. Go forth.
Right. How do we break this to this guy that he has been found out from a magical cassette tape? Like,
We could
Maybe-
play him the cassette.
Well, maybe we shouldn't approach with that. That feels a bit.
that does feel a little forward.
Or we
Yeah,
could
the
What if
cops
we
show
just
up.
ask normally as members of the institute? Don't you guys have
Yeah.
that clearance?
That's true.
I
but
feel like it would be a bit weird if an officer showed up saying that we found out about some story that he told a random woman he didn't know.
that's fair.
He might not even know about the institute.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Riku, why
I
don't
mean,
you
if anything,
come
I
in?
could always just talk to him. He knows me, and I apparently know him.
Ugh.
I mean, we could go from that angle
But
if
are
you're
you mentally
comfortable
okay
with
for that? Like, I don't think that'd be a very good moment for either of you.
I think he can handle it. Right, Riku?
Yeah, of course I can handle it.
Okay, we'll let you take the lead then.
Okay, Riku, by the way, has that little cassette in his pocket, and one of his hands is like holding onto it as
Oh.
he comes up to the door.
That's
Oh, good
cute.
Lord. Okay.
So you knock on the door.
Thanks for the sound effects.
No problem.
Beautiful.
I wish I could do more. I always forget. The door opens and there is a man. He has black hair, about the same height as Riku. He's pale. He looks Japanese. I don't know how to describe Japanese people. But his eyes look tired, as if he hasn't seen sleep for the past few weeks. He looks at Riku and then kind of behind him. Can I help you? It's 7 o'clock at night. Who are you?
Yeah, I apologize for the late timing. Unfortunately, this is all I could do.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Are
move.
you
Hold on.
Mina
I'm gonna
Melissa?
move. Ember, I'm gonna move in front of you so you can kind of so we're having this conversation.
Oh yeah, it'd be easier to see.
Okay, awesome.
You see me? Okay. I'll move back in a little bit.
I'll just say out loud what gestures I use because my camera's on.
Okay.
I apologize for intruding on you guys so late at night, but unfortunately this is the only time we've got. You're Minamoto Asem, right?
Yeah. And who, can I ask, is asking at this late hour? He crosses his arms and kind of looks at you. I didn't almost fall off my chair.
You're okay.
Riku seems to tense just a little bit, but he kind of takes a breath in before his next words. I believe it was 9 years ago, you worked for the Haruto family, right? On a fishing cargo ship?
He visibly tenses and looks at you directly in the eye. What do you want? Your mother told me not to come back. Hold on, sorry, I'm being rude. Do you and your friends want to come in? He looks suspicious. He has a feeling you probably won't hurt him, at least in the doorway, but he still wants to put on the front of being a good host. So he moves aside to let you guys in.
I just want to ask, this is breaking the tradition, but is he still wearing that stupid hat?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I imagine he flipped it backwards to make him seem tougher.
Yeah.
But it still
He
says-
totally flipped it backwards. Don't look at the back of his hat because it's stupid.
Oh my god.
He moves aside and motions you all in, whether you agreed or not. You are going into this house. I mean, you have to anyways.
We do.
So,
DM says so.
the DM says so.
Okay, so we're all kind of in the house now?
Yeah.
Or at least the entryway part of it?
You guys walk into the living room.
Right.
You,
Okay, got it.
You see a woman's peer around the corner, must be his wife, long, pretty black hair, kind of paler skin. She's wearing a nice blouse. She must have just gotten off of work. She looks at her husband, honey, what the fuck? Who the fuck are these people? She doesn't say that. Honey, who are these guests? It's quite late. He sighs, darling, could you just put on a pot of tea? Sure. She gives you all a weird look and goes while Minato, I keep changing his name, motions you guys to come in and motions to sit on the couch. I didn't think I'd ever see another member of your family. You are. He looks at you, Riku.
I'm Riku Haruto. I was the younger brother of the captain of your ship, I believe he was.
Oh, you. Yes, I do know you. What do you want? I was told to stay away from your family.
Well, my mother told you that, and I'm not my mother.
and I'd like to talk to you about it. Riku, he takes his hands out of his pockets and he kind of like clasps them together in a nervous gesture, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know your past is behind you, and believe me, I wish it could be behind me too.
Say, it's been 9 years. The storm is over. If that's what you're asking about.
It's been years, but I believe, at least I do, still think about it. And actually, I don't know if you have been thinking about it or anything, but I'd like to ask you if there's anything notable on your mind, specifically with meeting someone or having thought more of it or remembered it.
Look, I don't know what you're on about, but that storm happened almost a decade ago. People died. My family died too. I know what you're going through. There's no point in bringing it up. As he's talking, you notice a young 12-year-old girl, also coming around the corner, and she sits in a chair. She's trying to stay out of the way, but she's obviously trying to eavesdrop and doing a very poor job at it.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
No.
I don't know what you want or what you want me to tell you. I said my piece in Japan. I left. I don't know what you want from me.
Could one of us roll a persuasion check to help Riku out?
Sure.
Actually, Riku has pretty high persuasion.
Oh, try it out. Give it a shot.
So actually, I could even roll it.
Alright.
He's specialized in it.
You got this.
So that'd be a +2.
Okay. I have an H written before persuasion. I don't remember what that means.
Oh, you're hindered.
It says H and then it has specialized.
Oh, wait.
Because you said to put specialized if you're hindered by
Oh,
something.
hindered is a hobby of his. H is hobby.
Oh.
So you have a hobby of persuading people. I remember why I did that.
Okay.
Oh, I have a hobby in schmoozing people. Okay.
Which is still a
So
+2.
it's just a
Teaser.
Okay. Is it still just a +2 or does that add anything to my roll?
Just a +2. Hobby was just one of those extra things, and I was still trying to figure out the cards.
Okay, cool. Let me roll.
Ember, I don't know if you can see
Oh,
Athena right
okay.
now, but she's sleeping really cutely.
On the top shelf.
Oh, she's so adorable. She looks, from this angle, she looks like a croissant.
She is.
Croissant.
For true form.
She's cat.
Anyways, I got a 16, which +2 would be 18.
Yeah. All right. You persuade him to open up.
Yes,
I still like
okay.
flaring like that.
I have no.
What does this mean?
We have a
What
ghost.
kind of cursed light is that?
We have a ghost.
That was weird.
Oh my god, were you guys seeing that too? It just
Yeah.
kept saying
We can
fire.
see it in the video.
Oh, yeah.
It keeps doing it. It's still
It's doing it for the kitchen lights, and I'm not turning those off.
There's not much I can do for the kitchen lights,
The
buddy.
kitchen has become heaven, I fear.
We're being microwaved.
Oh no. I fear
Actually,
it's
that's just my
radioactive.
presence in your guys' room.
Oh.
Okay. Back on track, please.
Okay, sorry.
What do you want to ask him?
Riku.
Okay, hold on, I gotta think of a question. I didn't think I'd get this far.
As you're thinking, so I'll give you a few seconds. You notice the girl. She kind of leans close to her father, Dad, does this have to do? No, it doesn't. Go back to your room. I told you that when there's guests over, you stay in your room. So she wouldn't have to do with your dad's work. He looks at the three of you, trying to convince you to lie with him. He rolls an 11 to persuade you. I roll
To
an
do
11
what?
to persuade you to keep him the lie.
I rolled a
Oh.
10. So, I'm persuaded.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I rolled a
Oh,
1.
I
no, I
also
think I
rolled an
nudged- I
11.
nudged the
But
dice.
since I have
Yeah, I
+2,
nudged
that
it.
would be a 13.
He's not trying to persuade you. You're thinking of your question.
An 8.
Oh, okay, so not me.
14.
Okay. You two fall for the lie.
Mm-hmm.
You and Riku do not. Part of my work, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Depends on what
What
your
about
work
this
is.
work? Or whatever she was saying.
That would depend on what your work is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an father's an accountant. The little girl pipes up.
Oh yeah? Where?
Insert random business here. I don't know.
Just make up a word. smash two words together as every company does nowadays.
Van Gogh Industries. It's a studio.
Right.
I'm gonna count it for a studio.
Studio?
The girl nods.
What about?
So,
Okay. What about the other thing she mentioned, having related to? And he kind of does that thing where he like rolls his hands, like to go on.
look, it's nothing, he says through gritted teeth. Really nothing. As he starts to get a little louder.
Can I roll like an insight or something to figure out whether or not he could be talking about like a recent experience
Sure.
or something that was happening? I think I have some sort of discerning motive, so I can kind of tell why he might be
Okay.
feeling like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's 16 plus, I don't know how much
God
for
damn,
training in.
You read on his face almost immediately. Something is off in his house. He looks tired, so probably short-tempered. You notice his wife starts to come in when he's starting to get tempered. It's like, it's okay. Look, he just had a long couple nights, nightmares and stuff. We all get them. We're all human. It's all right. She's trying to calm her husband down.
Nightmares.
Nightmares? Would it happen to have anything to do with what I just asked
What was your question again?
about the tsunami?
I had to think because he slams his hands down on his coffee table, stands up and like physically pushes his wife away with his elbow.
Ooh.
I told you
Oh my God.
nothing happened 9 years ago in that goddamn tsunami. So you can either leave my fucking house or shut the fuck up.
Oh, good lord. I'm gonna stand
Can I roll intimidation back on this guy?
Sure.
Oh wait, and actually I can help you.
So is that still a +2?
You're what?
I'm trained in it.
That's a
I
plus
took that.
one.
Wait, why is train plus one?
Because specialized is different.
Oh.
I dropped one of your pretty dice.
So trained is +1, specialized is +2.
Got it. Okay, let me roll. I really hope I roll on it.
Please.
Okay, I'll take that. It's a 15, so it's a 16.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god, this is not backing that
you
up.
stand up. You are notably taller than he is. At least you think so. By like a couple inches. You puff your chest out, and you are equal level to this guy
Oh,
now.
he was all bark, no bite. Damn.
Say your piece.
Listen, I don't know what you've got going on or what you're denying happened 9 years ago, but I think that I have a right to know about what you saw on that boat that day with my brother.
I didn't
think
see
you know exactly
goddamn
what that
anything. He interrupts you purposely. I didn't see fucking nothing. Get out of my house. You all notice, while he's dealing with that, roll a persuasion check, the three of you.
Okay.
While Riku is fighting with the
Wait,
dad.
what are we trying to persuade?
Perception.
Perception.
18.
Riku getting a little. I mean, I did mention he was angry. He's not going to be the exact most level-headed.
I got a 7.
And you got an 18?
I got an 18, yeah.
Your officer skills, you sense something's wrong in this house. You look over to you out of the corner of your eye, you see the daughter kind of huddled up, in the chair, like she knows where this is gonna happen. The wife has obviously been pushed aside, and if the daughter's not running, then obviously it's fight, flight, or freeze.
Okay.
So going back to Riku and Minato fighting, I told you that nothing happened. It was just a freak storm. And guess what, kid? Everybody lost something that day. You don't need to bring up memories 10 years later.
I don't like this guy.
Oh my god. 10 years later, you sat with that for almost a decade, and you didn't even tell me. You didn't even tell me what my brother had said to you.
How the hell was I supposed to find you? For all I knew, you died in that ship too. You died in that tsunami too.
You didn't even tell my mother. That's it.
Your mother didn't
And I
listen to
still
me.
talk to her.
Your mother...
I think
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say. I think as much as you try to deny it, that event haunts you to this day. And I think if you want to make amends and stop this from haunting your life, you should say something about it now, or you have to live with it.
Riku, what's your might?
It's a 10, but I have a +2 to pull and a 1 to edge.
He goes up to punch you in the face, but he misses.
Damn, can I stand
Can
up?
I grab his fist?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I grab his fist and I hold it midair.
Oh, damn.
The wife starts freaking out. Let him go, I'm sorry. He hasn't been himself since he started drinking and not sleeping more. He just, let him go. I promise. Everyone just calm down. The wife seems visibly frightened.
I'm gonna go walk over to her and like.
She pushes you away. Like, she does not want you to touch her.
Okay.
I'm like forming a barrier between them. Like I'm
Okay.
separating them. I need everyone to calm down, and we're gonna talk about this in a civil manner, okay? And I'm gonna flash my badge.
Oh,
that'll help.
big
Oh.
guns.
The husband looks, he pulls his fist away from Riku, which comes back with ease. He goes back to his wife. Give me a goddamn minute. He takes his wife by the arm, visibly,
Oh.
goes into
Oh my
the other
God.
room, and you hear a loud door slam. So you are now in this living room.
So I'm gonna be
Is the
filing
daughter
a
still
domestic
here?
violence
The
case.
daughter is still here, yes.
Did we talk to her?
I don't know, do you?
Yes,
Yes.
guys, I think you should.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like come up to her unless someone else wants to go
I'll
ahead.
go with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to like overwhelm her though. We were basically strangers.
We can get on her level.
We can get on her level.
Yeah, Riku is kind of just pacing around the living room right now. He's a bit riled up.
I would assume so.
Actually, what I want to do is I want to kind of follow them, not go all the way to where they went. I want to be listening in.
As you follow, you lost sight of them. You don't know where they went. There's 3 doors that are all closed, so they could be in any one of those rooms, but I mean, it's kind of rude to open doors.
Can
so
I hear anything?
You cannot.
Okay, so then I'll just go back.
Okay, I'll kind of bend down to the girl. She's sitting down in a chair.
Yeah, she's kind of like sitting with like her knees up to her chest, like she's just kind of like listening, like.
Hey, what's your name?
Niyathi.
Oh my god.
Hi, Mizuki. I'm so sorry. We kind of just barged in on you all kind of unannounced. I'm really sorry this happened.
It's okay. I think that you guys are in the right. My father, she looks at Jenny. She obviously trusts you guys better because there's a cop in the room.
Mm-hmm.
My father has not been the same since about 2 weeks ago.
2
He
weeks.
started having nightmares and then he started drinking a bit. He started to get violent with my mother. She lifts up her sweater arm to reveal like a bruise, like hand mark. He seemed regretful of it. I had woken him up after a nightmare and he started screaming something I can't really understand, but when he saw it was me, he cried. Something about not letting me go overboard.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he's probably reliving some of his past memories from back in the sailor days. I understand this must be very scary for you.
I didn't even know he was a sailor.
He never mentioned it before?
Mm-mm.
How old is she? Do we know?
She's 12.
She's 12. Okay.
Has he ever gone after you after that point? When he's drunk, for instance?
When he gets drunk, he cries.
Does he ever talk when he's drunk?
Only to my mother. I think she was in Fuoka when the storm hit. It's hard to remember.
If I may ask, you said this happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, her eye sparks. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird, so I need you to bear with me, please. Someone had stopped to talk to him, and I went to listen, but she kind of like pushed me away, almost not hard, more like just almost like I was in her way.
She? Her?
I think so.
I'm gonna on my phone, I still have a picture, that one photograph of her with,
Sorry, the cat's being cute.
I still have that picture of her with Jerry, I think.
Yeah.
So I kind of zoom in on her. Could it have been this woman? Different haircut, I think, and
Yeah.
slightly different clothing.
She had the same eyes. Her hair might have been shorter, and she looks a little pale, and she wasn't wearing glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see them being the same.
Oh, okay. And you say she pushed you away?
I was trying to get close to see what my dad would, because we were in the park. I saw him talking to her, and it was kind of late, so I needed a good look. We were about to leave, so I went up to go like say, "Hey, Dad, we gotta go." And when I got closer, they were talking, and when I went to pull my dad away, she kind of nudged me away. So I figured they were just having an adult conversation. My dad didn't step in, so I just simply walked back to the playground.
Did you hear anything of what they said?
Something about sharp smile, black eyes. I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago.
And he started drinking right after this? How was he after he came back to you? I assume after the...
Disoriented, I think. He looked tired and just wanted to go home. So we went home.
I see.
And you're sure that's when the nightmares began?
I'm more than certain. That was the first time I've ever heard my dad scream and cry in the middle of the night.
Has your father ever physically hurt you before?
Just the one time when he grabbed me on my arm.
He didn't really sound mentally in the right space at that. I don't think he was fully in
Lack
control.
of sleep, plus nightmares, plus traumatic experiences,
We'll discuss this
PTSD.
maybe not in front of the child.
Yeah.
That's fair. Not in front of the child.
Well, you're being very brave with everything that's happening.
My dad always said that if I can't face danger, if I have to face danger head on, I have to face it bravely. Someone, he said an old friend told him that before he left Japan.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, I'm sure that he'd be very proud of how you are doing now.
My father, or
In general, I mean, for your bravery in this.
I think so.
With everything that's happening, would you mind stepping outside of the house, I think?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, out front, you're gonna see a big dog. He's very friendly. That's
Uh-oh.
Eerie. If you scratch, he really loves to be scratched between the ears.
That's why he's named Eerie.
That's why he's named Eerie.
Oh my god.
But he's super friendly. So if you could just go outside and entertain him for a little bit, I don't like to leave him alone. He gets lonely.
I can do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're a very good girl.
I feel like one of us should go with her.
I'll go with her. I feel like I'm not contributing much to the
I
investigation.
can be outside by myself. I promise.
Someone wants to go pet the dog.
I'm just in the front yard. I'll probably just stay in the playground.
I feel like with the dog, she's actually probably more protected than anything.
Fair enough.
She leaves.
I also don't think you should be alone right now.
Fair.
The door shuts behind with a click.
Can I stand by the window and watch her at least?
If you want.
I'll do that.
Like leaning up against the wall.
Yeah.
Looking out the window.
Alright, I'm going to use the bathroom just for a quick second. So figure out what just happened between the monks of you guys.
So that just happened.
Any takers for it's a pure coincidence that this all happened at the same time that Pine appeared?
No.
You wish.
You
Yeah,
wish.
that's what I thought.
I'm gonna
Well,
look at
okay.
the cat real quick. Sorry.
In that case, I suppose let's start with a bench line. Do we think this is inherently a supernatural happening? Or is this just a case of PTSD coming back late after events are brought up again?
That's a good question.
Now, I'm not gonna even guess as to how Pine could possibly start up things like that from a random person she meets in a park. But do we think that this is just a pure case of, oh, well, he's had to relive a traumatic experience and this caused all of this? Or do we think there's something else at stake?
From my
Well,
perspective,
what I think is that Pine mentioned she was whole afterwards, so she clearly had some stake in it.
So did she
No.
take the story and then feed it into herself? That sounds like it.
I have no clue what that would have been. But she said something about extracting and being satisfied, or whatever sick words she wants to use.
We've been hearing a lot about rituals. What if this is a form of ritual, just on a much smaller scale than what we've seen before? Those have all been kind of the same sort of horrifically destructive, personally, violating kinds of things. Could this have been one of them? But just on a much, much smaller scale, affecting only one person?
it may be building to something bigger if this is the way that she's taking. If this is a ritual of some sorts. I mean, at least from a psychological perspective, yes, it's normal for trauma to resurface when you discuss something again after a long time.
But how could she have known?
But exactly. No, they just met at some random park, and how did she get this information out of him? That doesn't sound normal. So I think it's a mix. It might just be that he's also still suffering from the PTSD of it all, but she had some play in that as well. She pulled that out of him, in a sense. In the statement, it sounded like she was eating it. Like she described it as a hunger.
She was feeding off of it.
She said she couldn't go
Is that what she
more
stole
than
the
3
statements?
days.
There's a knocking at the front door.
Oh,
Was Marjan still looking outside?
was I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I didn't see
Did Marjan see who it was?
Bless you. They were in the moment. Who wants to answer the door?
I guess I will.
I would like to enact horror mode.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
fuck it.
You
Ow.
go to the front door, and
Oh, it's gonna do combat.
as you reach for the candle, you notice the front door used to be white.
Is it fucking yellow?
Oh no.
Was the door always yellow?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Is it in the same space as the front door?
Yes, it was. There is another knock.
I'm not opening the door yet. I'm remembering what John said. I knock back.
What are you doing? Why are you knocking back? Open it up.
That's not the door that was there before.
Is it?
No.
So, what other door could it be?
A yellow door with a black
I
handle?
don't think those doors are yellow. I think someone
I
should
don't know,
answer
some of
that.
them could be. I had other things on my mind.
Look out the window.
Is
Who's on the other side of the door?
Roll a perception check.
Right. That is a 6.
You don't see anything.
Damn it.
You don't see the door, or
There's no one there.
oh, is there anybody outside? Marjan, is there anybody outside of the door?
No.
Then who's knocking?
Shit. Well, someone has to answer that.
I can go to the kitchen. Go away from the door.
Okay.
I can open it. I'm gonna take my gun out, and I'm gonna open it with my left hand and have my gun out.
I'm not gonna go to the kitchen. I will step back.
We'll
but
step
I'm
back,
not
but we're
gonna,
watching
like-
you.
And I have
Okay.
my flashlight in hand.
Deadly
Deadly
flashlight.
weapon.
The door. You, brave cop Jenny. Open the door. Sorry, love.
Are you really using my door for ambiance?
Yep, I am.
Because I need
Oh my
WD-40.
You open the door,
Whoa.
and a hand, long and sharp, reaches out, pushing you back.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fina!
cats don't like the tape recorder.
Fina knocked over the recording device.
As you stumble back, there's a loud. Hold on, I'm gonna do this right.
Oh no. Let's
Oh
turn
my
this
god.
off.
Hold on.
There's a loud
Well,
typing.
shit. There's a loud typing from beyond the door.
Athena,
Athena?
don't.
Athena, no.
Athena.
Normalize no eating or shape.
As
Charging
you,
cables.
you're pushed back. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you four in one spot. Could you please lower your gun, officer? I just promise you I'm not here to hurt you.
And
Who
we
are
believe
you?
That why?
Call me a friend.
What are you guys making friends with?
I'm sorry. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am known as Michael. I am a friend, I promise you.
I'm still holding my gun
His
out.
smile is wide and almost curves around his face in an everlasting spiral. The door behind him slams shut, so he's in here with you.
Where did you come
I
from?
came from the door. I thought you were supposed to be smart.
Why are you here?
To say thanks.
For what?
What have we done?
I could say you fed me supper.
Where's the kid?
Treats. The child is fine.
Marjan, I thought you were looking
She
after her.
was there! Would you like to look again, Starseer?
I don't like it when people call me that, so I'm gonna back away now.
You all
I'm gonna look out the window though, like I'm gonna peer
You
around.
see the kid up there.
The kid is
The
there?
kid's there.
With the dog,
Yeah.
Where did the parents go?
Which of the three
Where do the parents go?
Oh, they're catching on, aren't you? You each get
Jenny.
3 points of paranormal stress.
What the fuck?
How many doors what did you see in the house?
There were 3.
And 3 there only is.
Huh?
You see, the one thing you didn't check, there was a 4th door. But it's okay, I had moved it before you could see. So
3
it's
floors?
3.
Alright.
The fault is not on you, officer, so you don't have to feel so bad. He reaches up and pats your head, and for some reason, 1 point of regular stress is gone.
From all of us or just Jenny?
Just Jenny.
Just
What the fuck?
Thank you, Michael.
thanks, Michael.
Wow,
Thank you.
so
No, I
we
didn't say
can't
that in
pet the
character.
dog,
I
but
might
Michael
ask.
can pet us.
I must ask, how much is too much paranormal stress?
10.
Okay, phew. You're fine.
For now.
For now.
What did you do to them?
I ate them.
What does that even
Wait.
like cannibalism? What did you
I
To be
don't
a
think
cannibal-
he's human.
To be a cannibal, you have to be human. I am not human. Neither is the observer you're looking for, or as much as she says she is.
You fed on them.
I did.
So you fed on the parents.
Athena, stop it!
Is that what you're saying?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said, they're just gone. Is that what you're saying?
Gone is a sense. They are together
And
for a little bit.
say someone feeds. Does it have to be physical?
I feel like we're focusing on the wrong thing here.
I think you're focusing on the right thing. He gets close to you and kind of leans down, his tall body, his hair wrapping around you. It depends. Does it not? Oh. I believe I owe an explanation on why I am here besides saying thank you.
What the fuck?
You see, you know someone that I also know. And we might have made a deal. However, I've never been one for staying on my end of the deal. I don't need to.
Normalize not eating our charters. Athena.
This really dramatic moment's happening, and then there's Athena.
Sorry. She's picking the worst
I
time.
knew and know the little observer. And I do say, if you want to find her, you're gonna need a better plan than reverse trapping her.
So you know where she is.
And you know that we're planning.
Of course. I
Where
don't know.
is she?
Now, why should I tell you?
Where is she? And I point the gun right at him.
Jenny. Jenny, this guy just said he ate 2 people.
I don't think the gun will work.
I forgot where your
Why
question
are
is.
you telling us this anyways?
Where is she?
Because I want to help.
So you help by eating 2 people.
That was just dinner.
Oh, okay. Athena.
I want to help because I also want to see the archivist and the observer dead. Unfortunately, I can only do one at a time. Killing the archivist would be too quick and too soon. The observer, though, if I kill her now, the game can still be played. She's getting too close.
Didn't you just say you're not one for holding up your end of the deals?
I am. He's smarter than he looks.
Can I take out my taser and tase him?
Jenny!
You can try.
Okay, I will. Athena, please don't steal my dice. Thank you. How do I?
Roll.
Just roll.
Oh.
Never mind.
What is it? As you pull your taser out, he grabs your arm so tight you can feel the little tips of his fingers digging into your skin. They feel like knife points.
Ow.
A bread knife pops into your head. Like what John said.
Oh shit.
That is very stupid. I am trying to help you. And you're trying to stop me? I thought you'd want my help.
Can I, like, kick him?
Can I try to
Why?
wrestle his arm?
You just pull your arm back.
Okay, good.
The observer does not know that I am here, but we do have a deal, yes. I'd like to help. I'm trying to help. Why don't you believe me?
Because you
What
just
is your
eat
deal
2
with
people.
this observer?
We were friends, I think. Michael was. Maybe.
So you're not Michael.
Michael Shelley.
She's right. She does remember. Yes. suppose you could say I was once him, but now I am simply wearing his face.
You serve one of the somethings.
Some things, yes, you could say, or you could say I'm simply it. Depends on who you talk to.
This guy's more confusing than the Stevie guy.
I think that's the point.
What company do you guys keep?
Riku, this is not the time.
Athena, not the time either. Thank you. What's through the door?
Hallways. I'm sure Miss Richardson had recorded something for you guys that you could listen to if you'd like.
That's John.
The woman that you took
Yes,
from the
the
archives?
archivist did have a run-in with the
John.
with the
John.
traveler, but the traveler had a bit of a respite, and now he's back with me. She's back with me.
John is the archivist, yes?
Correct.
Well, we've known that.
You want him dead?
Of course. I have a vendetta against mother.
Oh, mother.
That's her favorite go-to move. It's always the earbuds. She always hates the earbuds.
I think she's already broken the case.
She did.
She broke the case.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, you're
assuming
pissed off now.
Did the archivist tell you about me?
Slightly.
Wonderful.
He gave a warning.
Do you trust him?
More than I trust you.
Well, then I think that our conversation is done. Anything you could have known or wanted to know will leave through this door as well as me.
You've already said you weren't planning on holding up any deals. What could
To
you have gotten
the
out of it?
observer.
How
Last
do
I
you know that we're any different?
Because I actually like you.
But how can you believe that? How do I know you're not lying?
You are smart. Let me give you a bit of a hint. I can act as that. I can act as someone who can give you guidance. Like I said, Michael and the Observer were once friends, so I could give you insight on the missing, as you like to call her. If you need a door to get from point A to point B, I can be there.
Are these the same doors that eat people?
Only if I instruct it to switch. My hallways can bend any ways they please, sometimes a digestive tract, sometimes a regular track.
So, how do we make sure we don't get digested?
I go with you. Or you can trust me.
And you simply expect us to, find this missing for you to eat? Is that the deal?
Something like that. Can't really digest her. She'd be more of an irritant. However,
Ew.
she has something that I do want.
What is it?
I can't quite tell you.
Why can't no one fucking tell us anything? This goddamn...
It would make it so much easier for us if we simply knew what it is that everybody wanted from us.
It's different for everyone.
Because it seems like everybody watches us stumble from place to
He
place.
takes your hand and covers your mouth.
Um,
If you give me a second to explain, I won't I almost tripped over my easel. I won't snap your neck off for being defiant. You got it, little wolf spider.
Did you just growl at Michael?
Wonderful.
Bro hissed at Michael. This is crazy.
Cheers up, Michael. Many people want the Observer for different things. She's special. Like you four. You all have seen things. You all
Oh,
have...
not an understatement.
I want the Observer because she knows how to end the game. I don't want this game to end when I'm not ready for it to. The head of the Institute, Bouchard, wants her because she has a way to stop his game, and he doesn't want the game to stop. And now, like I said, it depends on other people. Some people are more swayed with monetary value to stop her. Simply just want to be paid.
I'm looking away from Michael as he says this.
Okay. You know what? I will answer one question. Anything you want. If it means you have my, if it means you can trust me. If it means I have your trust. I will even answer one from each of you if you'd like. I'm no all-seeing eye, but I do know basic information from what the Observer had told me herself.
Do you know where Pine is right now?
No, I do not.
Damn it.
I assume, is he still holding my throat?
Yeah, no, he let go. Like,
oh my god.
Guys?
Why shouldn't I shoot you right now?
you You could try. Bullets don't seem to have the effect on me as well as other things.
Has anyone tried?
Is that your question?
Riku, don't say a
No.
word.
I'll let it slide.
Marjan, you've already asked a question.
I haven't.
You already asked a question.
Yes.
Jenny?
I don't even remember what the question was.
It was, do you
Do
know
you know
where
where
Pine
Pine
is
is
right
Oh,
now?
yeah, that's right.
Jenny? Don't say it. Shut up.
Everyone.
I have a phone.
You pull
Oh,
the phone, you pull up the
Oh god, you guys don't know
dial.
what that's about. Never mind. That's
I'm severely confused right
the tape from
Oh.
from the Watcher. We get 3 questions. Let's make them count. Whether or not the answers are real or true, we get information out of this. If we play
The
it right.
price to pay for those answers.
We don't have
is
to
the-
pay anything. Not yet. We haven't made any deals. This is just a test. What we do after this is up to us. But more information is always better.
Lenore, be careful. Yeah. We don't know
What
what
other
he can
choice do we have? Okay, 3 questions. Answer to the best of this entity's knowledge. What's the most pressing thing right now?
Ugh, we have a lot of those.
We know he probably can't answer everything. He's already said he can't answer what he's looking for with Pine. But maybe we can get some answers anyways.
Asking about what's going on at the institute,
Could be.
where the tapes are coming from.
Could be
We have a
that.
couple
That
different
is a
things
good
we could
idea. Maybe we can ask more about this game, but I don't know how much we're gonna get out of
I
that.
don't think we'll get anything a lot.
It feels like it has something to do with the rituals.
Yeah.
It
Maybe
could
we
be
should
a-
ask
Why
about
don't
the
we just
rituals.
ask about that?
Who's going to ask?
Well,
You
we each
seem-
have to ask one.
You seem pretty headstrong. You go first.
Okay, so we're asking about the rituals first then.
Seems like a smart thing to do. If Pine was interested in them.
Or should we ask whether what Pine is doing is a ritual?
But I don't think he knows much about Pine. He's looking for her like everyone else is.
He doesn't know where she is.
But maybe he knows what she's trying to achieve.
Exactly.
Well, how's that gonna help
So
us?
but the issue is, if he wants our help, wouldn't it be in his best interest to support us as much as possible, rather than playing this mind game?
He might not be able to play otherwise. This kind of seems his whole thing. Okay, so so far what we seem to know, we know about the rituals, we don't know anything about them.
Mm-hmm.
We know Pine is trying to end the game somehow, we don't know what the game is.
Nope.
And we know that Elias is involved in this somehow.
Yep.
And we don't know anything about it.
What the fuck is she doing?
Let's try to get into the sink. And we know Elias is involved in this, we don't know how. But what's most pressing? What gives us the most avenues to keep going?
Oh man, I wish I was smart like my in-game characters. Damn. Okay. Sorry. I said nothing.
He cocks his head and his hair kind of swirls around.
This
Maybe we
guy's
can ask
weird.
what our point is. Why us four? What is so special about us four to be in this?
I feel like I would open avenues.
It would be smart to
Maybe-
understand where we stand in this.
Maybe it's the same special as why we've been getting all these tapes.
It at least gives us some avenues to question later.
Mm-hmm.
Michael.
Yes.
Okay.
We've been talking for a long time.
Sorry about that.
It's alright, I have all the time in the world.
I'll dissect that later, but why the four of us? You mentioned us as special, but why? Why are we in this together? How are we related to all this?
That is an easy question. The four of you just, well, from what I was told by the observer, she doesn't quite know either. I'll tell you what she did tell me, if you'd like.
Please.
Sure.
She doesn't know your names. She doesn't know who you are. She just knows that someone or something is following her. She's gathered this much so far. One of you was touched by two, the ever-switching stars and what she calls the dark. Powerful, if used in the right hands.
Stop. Stop.
Powerful if used in the right hands, and you do have a knack for knowing how to both do and prevent a ritual, can't you, Starseer?
I'm going to kill myself. That was not in character. Okay.
Now that's not even talking about the fisher. He takes Riku by the shoulder and kind of moves him.
Whoa.
You
Oh my
were
gosh.
interesting. I don't think she even really understands still why you are here. Besides the fact that you might have survived something similar to her. Now don't quote me on that. If I remember, she was close to her family, was she not? She looks at you all. Didn't she mention that? She was close to her family. No! Oh, well. My mother...
She mentioned her
died.
sisters.
Did they now? Sounds familiar, don't you think? Similar ground and all that. Now you, Lenore.
Athena.
Again, I think she's the closest to you.
I wouldn't say close, but
I mean, as in... I lost my train of thought.
good job, Michael.
It's very
I mean, as in, she thinks it's you who's orchestrating all of this. She has told me that she does suspect you. Maybe it's because you worked with her. Maybe it's because your family, like the Bouchards, are rich. Maybe there's something in your basement that she's curious about, but can't get to because she might have fractured your relationship. Killing you might help her in her cause, but can it? With you dead, it might cause more suspicion than actual help.
I don't like this guy.
Officer Jenny. You're trickier. Jennifer Clyde, is it not? If I remember. You have personal ties, like Miss Lenore Basirin over here. You met her. You were close. You shot her. You made her bleed.
You
were the-
what?
She mentioned this.
Oh, right, yes.
You were the only one out of the three of them to actually hurt her. And I think that scares her. You remind her that she's still able to bleed no matter how much she worships or gives up.
It was an accident.
Was it?
It was.
Are you sure it just wasn't a little pull of a string that moves the gun? What could have happened if it was just an inch to the left or to the right?
How do you know this?
How do
That's
I
another
know this?
question.
I can't answer that question.
So it doesn't count?
She already used? No, you haven't. Do you want that to be your question? If it wasn't for your friends, they would have answered it.
Athena.
No.
All right. Sourpuss, are we? That's 2 questions down. You have 2 more. Do be quick. My time is precious.
You said you had all the time in the world.
I did.
Then what does that mean?
Is that your question?
No.
All right. Then ask your other 2.
Okay, well, that helped.
Okay.
How?
It was more direct than most answers we've gotten.
It just made things more confusing.
It's something we can pry at later. Which is more than we
Maybe
had
you should have
before.
brought your theory board and pointed at something.
Maybe I should in the future. I'll think about it.
Carry the theory board around.
In the car.
If you see the camera shaking, Athena is currently on the chair where the computer is.
If she knocks the computer over,
It's gonna be really funny.
Canonical Riku
Turn the computer
passing
around.
out, I guess.
Oh my god, it's Riku! Holy shit!
oh no! Oh,
Okay. Continue.
Athena.
Athena.
Continue.
Okay, 2 more questions.
Thanks, Athena.
Thanks. I feel that.
Oh, okay.
Pine, what she's doing with this, with getting the statements.
Yeah.
Why is she doing that? Maybe, or how she's doing it, or
Can we
what
ask
it
how the
means?
statements are getting to us?
We could.
Can we ask that? Is that our second question?
You can ask
Oh
that.
my god! Okay. Well, go ahead. Whoever has a question still.
Riku, if you
Yeah. How are those statements exactly getting to us? So specific and random.
Well, I could tell you that it thought Pine was giving you the statements.
Wow.
As far as she knows, those cassettes are still in her bag.
Oh.
I've seen her record one once. Way back when she first ran away. I picked her up, actually. While we were heading through the halls, she told me that she would be recording her adventure. More out of habit, I think, puts it in her bag. Like I said, I've seen it. How it's getting to you all? If I had to guess, maybe intervention of a certain someone, but that someone being, I'm not sure.
So it's not a person.
It could be, it could not be. But it's not mine.
That's the straightest answer we've gotten from this guy so far.
Hey, let's see. Maybe the last one's actually gonna be fucking useful.
Last question.
I feel like we should ask if we do decide to trust him, that he will not harm any of us or anyone we care
I
about.
don't think I can believe his word.
Yeah, I don't think I trust him.
He said he would be
He
truthful.
is smart. I do like the Fisher.
How do we know that wasn't a lie itself?
Is it a lie?
Isn't it a safe bet with you to assume it is?
Maybe, but I'm trying to get you guys to trust me.
We could
You're
ask
not doing
what
a good
he
job.
is.
What?
We could ask what he is.
I feel like
Do
he's
you
already
think
answered
he can
that.
Answer that?
It was a very non-answer.
Already.
What about if there's any information about where Pine is headed?
I don't know if he
I don't
knows
think he
that,
knows
because he
anything.
wants us to find her for it. Okay. Then perhaps if not Pine, because we don't know anything about. He doesn't know anything about Pine.
Mm-mm.
She's hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe about the other people we've been meeting who've also been questionable.
Yeah. What about
Um,
what's with all those nightmares and dreams?
Why would you waste a question on that? I think you already know.
No, we fucking don't. Hello, that's kind of why we're asking.
If you want to waste your final question on that, you are more than welcome to.
Well, he is warning us.
does that imply that we already have all the information we need to figure it out? We just
Yeah.
haven't?
Apparently. Let us stew on it for a little bit.
Have we asked what we are?
What are we?
I don't
What?
know. What? I don't know.
I think
what
we already
are.
kind of asked that though. We already asked our.
But that's different from what we actually are. What we are as people is separate from what we're doing for this mission, I feel. We've gotten ourselves
and how will that
nearly
get us any
killed.
closer?
I don't know, but we've gotten ourselves nearly killed multiple times for this job. I kind of want to know.
Maybe we should ask if there's a way we get out of this alive?
That would actually be a really good question.
How do we survive this whole ordeal?
Is there any real surviving? Well, it depends. What do you count as death? Dying, of course, as humans know, is the end, but is it? For things such as us, death is not exactly an escape. By that logic, I have already died, and came back, and still here I am, deeper tied in this web than any of us could have imagined.
So if we die, do we become like you?
Perhaps. Maybe. He gets real close and looks at all of you. He kind of uses his fingers to brush through your hair, lift up your chin, push your head back, and kind of
10
take
feet
Riku by
away.
the shoulder.
Oh god!
Oh my god.
You have potential.
Quarantine.
You have potential to be something greater. Whether you choose to use that power for good or to join the right side is up to you.
What do you deem as the right side, though?
That depends on your stance, not mine.
The rituals?
Something like that. Everyone has a ritual. I'm sort of in the middle. I could be bad, I could be good. You can never tell, and that's the best thing about your good old friend like me. To answer your question a little more simply, there is no survival, not really. You either die or you become something better. Miss Ing, the Observer, Pine, or another name. Can you be sure anything she told you is true? How alive is she? Have you ever asked that question?
Oh,
You did shoot her. But how do you know she hasn't fumbled in other ways since you've been looking? That's all your questions now. I believe I held up my end of the bargain. I have answered your 4 questions, and now I feel like you can trust me.
Do we feel like we can trust him?
Those are the most roundabout answers I have ever heard in my
Yeah, he doesn't
fucking
seem.
life.
Yeah, we were supposed to figure out whether or not he was trustworthy by this. I'm definitely leaning towards the no. No fucking way in hell.
I got my hand cut up by a guy looking exactly like this, and frankly, I do not want it happening.
Actually, the guy who cut you up looked more normal than that.
That's hurtful.
Is it not
You're
true?
right. I think I came out with more questions.
Would something a little more comfortable suit you? Maybe I can help you.
What the fuck?
He opens his door. He
Guys,
steps
we run.
in.
Guys, we run.
He steps
we
out
run?
and he looks like a normal guy.
Oh.
Is this better?
I mean, honestly, kind I know this is probably what you're trying to do.
Yeah. This is a manipulation tactic.
This is a manipulation tactic.
No, that's hurtful. I don't manipulate, I simply trick.
Have we been talking for 5 minutes yet?
Yes!
So about that pie.
God
I
damn!
have a little something here. As an ability.
Okay!
You are a little borderline manic right now.
I do believe I need to take off 2 intelligence pool
I mean,
points
we're at
for
the end
that.
of the session. You don't have to.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Of course.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So I believe that means that we get another question, actually, that he has to answer truthfully.
Yeah. God damn
Guys,
it.
what do we want an actual answer to?
I don't think he's gonna give us an actual.
I gave you guys actual answers. You have no faith.
Well, no, but the whole thing is that it has to be a truthful answer to the
That's
best
right.
of his ability.
What is his best of ability?
About something that he actually knows about.
Shit.
Well, if we have another question.
We could ask about the
Great.
garage.
Or actually, if he has to answer.
another one.
What'd you say?
Wait. If he has to answer truthfully, can't we just ask him if we take a deal with you, is it going to end badly for us?
That works. I'm okay with
That's
that.
a good one.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
It has to be a truthful, straightforward answer. So
Yeah. Hey, if we take this deal with you, will you try to in any way sabotage, backstab, or ruin our efforts to get Pine back alive to the Institute?
You tricked me, and I have to admire that. Ask your question again. I'm sorry.
Right. If we take this deal, are you going to in any way try to sabotage, backstab, or other way hinder us from getting Pine back alive to the Institute?
No, I genuinely want to help you.
Well, damn.
I told you all the truth I know. I don't know why you don't trust me still. I showed you my human form.
Well, I mean, that's an answer.
I just want to help. Michael and the Pine and the Observer used to be friends.
You keep saying that.
A lot of things can change over time. But I guess
Might
we
be
have our
because it's his
answer.
best bargaining chip. That's why he keeps bringing it up.
Right.
What'd you say?
That it might be his best bargaining chip, and that's why he keeps bringing up the fact that they're friends.
I'm sure it is. Oh, alright, we do have an answer. He won't try.
Dina.
Did you?
I just don't understand your motives.
Do I need to have a reason?
You mentioned that you wanted Pine dead, but you say you aren't going to try to get her killed in any way, should we take this. At least until she gets to the Institute. I suppose she's on her own after
I guess
that?
he's planning on her dying in some other way. That isn't either him or us.
Yeah.
Or we could just keep her away from the Institute.
I feel like that's what she's already doing though.
Well, he's gonna help us get her to the Institute. I suppose as soon as she enters the threshold, she can die. And maybe that's what he's planning on, but I feel like by then maybe we'll have some better idea of
Right.
what it is that we're doing.
I mean,
so
yeah, what else could he want that Pine has?
unknown.
I do not think Pine has a lot in that regard, so I'm a little worried.
This is an opportunity to go ahead, but last time we took a deal, it did not go so well. In some ways, this is
What other choice do we have?
very little.
Yep.
Stay
We're at the
stuck,
mercy of.
chasing up tape after tape?
They haven't gotten us any closer.
I think they've actually done a little bit of the opposite. And Riku gestures at the door as he says that.
You know, you make a very fair point.
This is the best lead we've gotten today. Assuming that he ate our other leads. So, thanks, Michael.
Yeah, real great motivator, I bet.
I really don't trust this guy.
Yeah, no duh.
But I don't think
Well, what
anyone in
else
our
can
life
we
right now is
do?
very trustworthy.
We've kind
Move
of already
on with our
established that.
lives, keep on chasing after missing tapes, looking for someone who's almost impossible to find.
Guys, Michael was looking for us. He came here and ate 2 people because we were talking to them.
How could he find us but not Pine?
Maybe whatever is
Well,
protecting
clearly.
Pine.
There's something else about
Why the fuck are you rolling?
You remember
Oh
when
no.
you first met Riku, in the artifact storage, there was a yellow door.
What?
Sitting in the corner.
There
gathering
was a yellow
dust.
door in the corner.
Does-
gathering dust.
Jenny, it makes sense that you don't remember. Riku makes more sense that he doesn't remember. However, someone who worked there for quite a bit, wouldn't you remember almost every door? It doesn't mean you have to. But I feel like a door of that bright color against the drabness of the Institute might stick out.
He's been following us.
Good God.
Since the Institute, since artifact storage, he's been there following us.
You figured it out. I'm so proud of you. You get a gold star.
Wow. Thanks.
So if he's been here and he hasn't
So you need
dealt
us.
with us since, don't you think that we could actually have something that he doesn't want to lose? And that's why he won't hurt us right now. If he's been observing this entire time.
Because we are your best bet at finding Pine. And you still need her for something.
You're not my best bet. Like I said, we meet on the regular. However, yes,
Thanks.
to convince her to, cooperate, you guys might be my best shot. I cannot harm her physically. Something in me stops that, besides her being an irritant. So you're my best bet.
Alright.
Well, alright, that's something. And am I to just guess that should you keep following, everyone we talk to just dies?
No. The couple here, they were abusers. I was fed to them by Miss Pine. I only feed on those who Pine deems worthy to be fed. This isn't the first time she's done it.
So you're still taking orders from her?
Something like that.
Right. That's weird.
Let's call it a mutual relationship.
Okay, buddy.
She gets a statement or two and I get fed, or vice versa. People wander into me and I spit them out for her. Not everything she reads is recorded. Not everything recorded gets to you.
Am I correct in saying that we don't all need to take this deal?
You guys are in a group. I would assume you take the deal regardless.
The star.
And all of us have to suffer the consequences.
The star. We all see it.
We all
Not
see
just
the
Marjan.
star. Mm-hmm.
You seem worried. Don't be. I'm telling you the truth. I have not lied to you.
What would the deal look like?
Anytime you need me, or for anything, you knock on my door. I help you.
How do we
And-
find your door?
You'll know.
Okay.
And when the time is right, I will claim my part. Nothing terrible, just
And is it apart from us or from Pine?
both. Pine will be with you. I will be taking her. Maybe. I haven't quite
You
decided.
just said that you wouldn't be taking her.
I wouldn't kill her.
Well, no, you get her alive to the Institute.
That's your job.
But you can't prevent us from doing it.
Correct.
You make no sense.
You make no sense.
So
yeah.
this would have to be
Thanks,
after
Jenny.
she's at the Institute, you were saying?
Correct.
I mean, we already know he can show up at these two whenever he wants.
We've seen him, even if we don't remember it. Right.
Can we honestly take this deal?
Do
Who
we have
knows what
anything
we-
else to do?
But what do we lose by taking it?
I don't know. He said we were in danger either way. We were probably gonna be dying by the end of this mission. We've come close to it.
I don't think we get a say in this anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I think the longer we put it off, the more unsure we become.
And the farther she gets.
That's true. We've already wasted maybe 2 weeks waiting around.
Fine.
So we have a deal.
Sure.
Great. Wonderful. Fantastic even. You know how to find me when it's my turn to take my end of the deal. I will take it. However, I am at your beck and call, my friends.
Please don't call us that.
Friends? Aw, that's really mean, Starseer. I
Please don't
thought
call
we
us
had a mutual relationship.
No, go. No. Mm-mm. Bye.
He laughs, and the door closes behind him. It's a regular door. In fact, someone even opens it. It's the little girl from before.
Who's now
Oh
an
my
orphan?
god.
Who is now an orphan?
I would just like to preface it.
Oh, sorry.
I would like to preface all this. Lenore did not in fact kill anybody this time around.
This
Nothing
time.
pinned on her.
Good lord.
But
What do we do?
well, I guess we take this child to protective services.
Why are you taking to protective services? Where are my parents?
We can talk about that later.
Let's talk about it on the way.
Okay.
It's okay.
For the time being, with their disputes and their fighting, we don't think it's great if you stay directly close to them. I think at least for a time, it would be safer for you to be away until we can deal with your father's problems.
Okay.
So,
I trust you. We can go.
yeah.
Let me just go pack a bag.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. You follow her up to her
Are
bedroom.
you sure she doesn't enter any yellow doors? Please.
Yeah, please.
Actually, it'd be more merciful if she did, but
Is it?
I don't know. It's either live without her parents
Or die
Die?
a horrible death.
I don't know if they'll die in there. I don't know.
I think if you're getting fed on,
I don't know, man. I forget how the tunnels work.
not well.
Well, well.
Not well.
All right.
Is that it?
Guys?
Unless you have something more to say.
I believe
the freak?
so.
Solemn, lost, confused. Just watched the child's parents die. A little stark contrast from last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
You
kind of stand there.
Call
petting
Basira,
Yuri.
inform her what's happening. There's nothing more you can do.
Poor
It's
Basira is probably
She's
listening
like-
to every single phone call we give her. Like, what did these two
She's
get
probably
into?
like every time she hears her phone ring, she probably has an involuntary panic.
God damn, what did those idiots get into this time?
It's about 9 o'clock at night. It's time to part ways.
Awesome.
Are we back at the institute then?
You guys go home.
Oh, we just go. I guess we go to the bus station.
Well, Jenny can drive you.
Oh,
Oh, thanks,
that's
Jen.
sweet. That's sweet.
You guys can either stay together in one flat, or you guys can go home. However you're safe you guys are feeling, you can't help but feel that something isn't so far off. Something's watching you, following you.
What?
Maybe the answers are closer than you think, but how much are you willing to risk it?
Jenny's silent the whole drive home.
Yeah, I think Lenore's just kind of
I think we're all
absentmindedly.
silent.
She's absentmindedly petting her dog, thinking back to a distant past.
That is it.
Riku he's like running his fingers over the tape that he had.
Oh.
And that is the end of session 5, and we will resume after Thanksgiving break.
Damn.
Wow!
Awesome job, guys.
Yippee! We
We've
survived!
traumatized another child.